Hey everybody, welcome to a special year-end edition of Super Geeked Up. Yeah. What's up, everybody? My name is Jeff. I don't even know how to start the show after that. This is Francis. Welcome to our year-end review of 2021. We're going to be doing. We're going to be talking best our favorite movies, TV, video games, lots of other stuff like most pleasant surprise, most disappointing, best thing we found this year that came out earlier, past years. Lots of different categories. We're going to talk about. We want to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys for tuning in. I see a bunch of people are in the chat. We actually decided it was really last minute to do this show, so I appreciate you guys tuning in. Because hey, what better way? Listen, it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're just past that. You don't need to be watching CNN and Anderson Cooper. You don't need to be watching Ryan Seacrest on Dick Clark's New Year's of Rockin' Eve. Just watch us.
Is it still called Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve, really?
It's called, which it should be, I think, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Yeah. Like hosted by Ryan Seacrest. Yeah, okay. But this is Super Geeked Up New Year's, I can't say Rockin' Eve, New Year's Geeky Eve. How about that?
It's the Gooper Eve. Yay.
Yes, Super Goopers. So thank you guys for watching. By the way, I asked Francis before the show, I was like, can you do like a streamer kazoo type New Year's Eve sound? So that's what he was trying to do, which I found hilarious. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, well, I tried.
Yeah, it was great. I appreciate it. It was fantastic. Hey, everybody. Hello, Kathy. Hey, Craig's watching in Wales. Hey, it's already 2022 for Craig. Happy New Year, Craig. Yeah. So he's ahead of us. So, but thank you for saying, for Ian as well. Ian's in England. Look at that smiling face. That's what that's what his face was on New Year's when it struck midnight. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Shit, man. Jeff's looking old. What the heck? You guys are a bunch of slowpokes. Ian told me he's partially drunk because he just came from his sister's for New Year's Eve. So I'm sure we're going to get comments like this. I'm sure the whole show. Great. Go to sleep, Ian. Yes. The aliens, I guess, sure.
I say, yeah. Well, yeah.
Aliens can invade any year, man. Come on, haven't you been watching all those movies? All right, anyway. So, yes, this is a long stream of every lady face slap mention. You're right. That's obviously the best of 2021, just all the lady face slap mentions that Necrodius made and other people made. Oh, good. Well, Kathy, I'm glad those YouTube notifications are working. And you found out and you tuned in. Thanks. That's great.
Because you click that bell when you click that subscribe button.
Yeah, you smash that subscribe button.
You smash that like
rang
button.
That bell, which is appropriate for New Year's. Ring the bell. Ring in the New Year's, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. All right, folks. Hey, I just realized a little earlier today, I made a post for Happy New Year with Wonder Woman on it, and I'm wearing my Wonder Woman shirt. I didn't.
Very appropriate.
I didn't even plan that. Nice. Thanks, everybody. Good. Ian's here to haunt us all. Good. Ian, do that. Oh, when you're a ghost, you're going to do that? Okay, that's fine. If that proves that ghosts are real, I'll take it. All right. By the way, Ian over at Sci-Fi Pulse, actually, this somewhat inspired by, because he does a year-end show with Mark's Pile, our buddy, in Genre Entertainment every year, and he invited me to be part of it. It actually just went live tonight. If you go to Sci-Fi Pulse on Twitter, I got to retweet that later. He sent me a link to it, but I'm on that, so you can hear some of that. But I mean, keep it here, and then go listen to his after this, because you can hear other people's.
Yeah, because it's already pre-recorded. This is live.
Right. When obviously you don't want to do both at once. You want to,
If you have two monitors and have two separate headphones, one ear with this one.
Well, he's his audio. You don't even need a monitor for his. You just need
there you go. Yeah,
podcast. Drop it like it's hot. That's right. That's how we do it with our super goopers. Yeah. I'm never gonna be able to say that with a straight face.
We're dropping mics. We're dropping all sorts of things.
All right. So, in the 70s there was a song that had the line "Ring That Bell." Well, yeah, actually, Will Smith did our cover of it, right? Wasn't that Innuendo for something? Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. Look, he does.
Will Smith did "Ring My Bell."
I don't know if he did that, but he might have.
He
did. He did just the two of us, so he must have done others other than just the two of us. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's start off with. So again, we're going to be doing different categories for our best of the year. We want to hear your thoughts, but let's start, of course, with best movies of the year. All right. Best movies of 2021, folks. This does not have to be necessarily that it was released in theaters. Obviously, it could be a Netflix movie, it could be an HBO Max movie, whatever you want to do. All right, Ian. Well, Ian's in prime form tonight. I see. I should not have told him about the show at all. Actually, I told him just before we went live. Should have kept that to myself. All right, best movies of the year. Francis and I think we're going to do our top 3. Right? Is that what we're doing? That's
Sure.
the plan, I think. Yeah. I mean, you can obviously do honorable mentions if you want, but let's hear your top ones as well in the chat. We want to share it live. If you're watching in post, Happy New Year to you guys, and you can always put your comments in the chat. We'll respond to them, and we want to see what they are. Scorpio, looks, he throws down right out of the gate here with the Snyder cut of Justice League. That was a superhero epic. That is his favorite movie of 2021. A lot of people really enjoyed the Snyder cut. I actually prefer the theatrical Justice League. I like that one a lot, but I did really appreciate some aspects of the Snyder cut, like particularly the how much more Cyborg and was in it. That's the best part, and also Flash. Some extra Flash stuff was really good. All right, so let me get to how about this? What's your number one? What's your number one movie for 2020?
Well, my number one movie would have to be because I saw it. Well, I only saw it twice, I think, in theaters, which is.
How dare you? Only twice.
I know. Free Guy is my movie of the year for me.
I thought that was going to be your choice.
Love that movie. Just loved it so much. I think the several times I watched, maybe it was more than twice, but several times I watched it, I really enjoyed it. I love the premise of it. I love the characters, the acting, the actors in it are just great. And it's an original property, which is something you don't get to see very often. Yeah, it's an original property that has, again, just some delightful moments, some nice cameos, and a very heartwarming story. So I'm all for that. So I give Free Guy.
So that actually would probably have fallen 4th on my list. Just almost broke my top 3. Yeah, I saw it a couple weeks ago finally, and I agree with you, man. Great choice. And yeah, I love that. You're right. This movie just has so much heart, and it just so makes you feel good, right? And and I've been talking about this for years. Like, this is the kind of movie I want, man. Like, why can't we have more movies like this, where you feel really good at the end of it? Dude, I mean, Ryan Reynolds, man. Like, I love him in everything, dude. Like, he's just so charming.
Yeah, he is.
And just so great in everything he does, and fun.
Very charismatic guy.
Yeah. Yeah, so great choice. Love it. Free Guy was in his Ian's top 5.
Oh, very nice.
Actually, if you listen to Ian's show, you might hear Free Guy talked about it besides Ian as well, actually. Just a little taste there. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Decrodia says, I think Free Guy was meh. It was Ready Player One meets Wreck-It Ralph or something like that.
That's cool.
Except Free Guy was like way better than those movies. Actually, Wreck-It Ralph I like a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I do like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
But Ready Player One... The book I really like, but not the movie. So let's see here. All right, let me do here. I'll do my top one. And I'll get to more comments here in the chat. Well, actually, here, let me get these 2 first. Sorry.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute because it is on my list. And Kathy says Ghostbusters Afterlife. I wasn't thrilled with that movie, but a lot of people I know are really loving it. So I'm glad you did, Kathy. I think it's getting a lot of praise from people, and they certainly set it up for more Ghostbusters.
Yes.
So the ninja's in the house. Here's Josh.
Hey, Josh.
So Josh, he said he was going to his buddy's house, but I guess the weather sucks. So yeah, you're good. Now you can watch us, Josh.
About the weather. That sucks about the weather. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you know what? We can entertain you.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get to the other guys' comments in a second. I'll do my number one. So often I spend a lot of time talking about how I'm not thrilled with the MCU, and I don't think it's great for filmmaking, even though I think the movies are good, but they're not great. However, this year I got 2 great MCU movies that are on the top of my list. And number 1 is Eternals. That is my favorite movie of 2021. Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite MCU movie, favorite movie of the year. Loved it. I think Chloe Zhao, right? Mm-hmm. who directed it, was a great. That's exactly the kind of director they need to do something different in the MCU. Great casting. The characters, I couldn't believe she took 10 characters and made them, at least for me, made them all really interesting, and I cared about them, and had all these different storylines going on, and also the action was really well done. But I love really more. This is more of a character kind of relationship story, even though there's a lot of action and bigger stories and stuff. But I think I was so impressed by this, and just I think the acting was great, and wonderful cast, great directing, and also just that it didn't depend, which I loved. It didn't depend on any other Marvel movie. Like, you didn't need to know not anything about the MCU to understand what was going on in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's been
even Thanos. Listen,
yeah.
I don't. First off, if you know anything about MCU, you know about Thanos. But even if you didn't, it doesn't matter if you don't know what the fuck when they mention Thanos. Who cares? It doesn't have anything to do with this movie, really. So Eternals is my number one. Coming to Disney Plus in January, folks. Not too long away if you didn't get to see it.
Oh, there you go.
I believe. All right, let me get some other comments before we do our more of our list. So when he says Spidey 3, I'm assuming he means the No Way Home that just came out. And then Zack Snyder's Justice League for Carrie. I wish I could go Black Widow, but it was just meh. I'm with you on Black Widow. All right, but there you go. A couple superhero movies there on the Carrie's list.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if I forgot any other ones. No, I think I got. Oh, here we go. This is a movie I really want to watch. Raya and the Last Dragon.
I haven't seen it yet either.
I had a reason, which I said on Ian's show. The reason I didn't watch it is because I was writing my story for Dragons of a Different Tale.
You don't want to be influenced.
And I was afraid, because someone told me, Ian actually told me he didn't think it was anything like it, but I was afraid it might have some similarity, so I didn't want to be influenced at all, even though I really wanted to watch this movie. But now, since the book's out, I can go watch it. Now I'm excited to go watch it because it's totally up my alley. So I can't wait for watch that. Good choice to Courteous. Oh, number one for Tammy as well. All right, good. Now I'm even more excited to see it.
Wow.
All right, well, Tammy, there you go. Free Guy and Eternals. You got 2 movies you can check out. Free Guy is coming later to Disney Plus because HBO has the first rights to it.
I thought it was on Disney Plus. Okay.
It is. I think it's not till March, unfortunately. So you got a little bit more of a wait. He thought King Kong versus Godzilla was good fun. All right.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. It was all right. Just can't keep the cat out of the whiskey.
Yeah, because the cat thinks really enjoyed Raya, but was half drunk on a liter of his whiskey. So,
who was?
So Sci-Fi Pulse says that. He says my cat says she really likes Raya and the last.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
I see.
And then
that makes so much more sense.
Can't keep the cat out of the whiskey. It's like, yeah.
I thought that was like a new saying. Can't keep the cat out of the whiskey.
It should be. I mean, that's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
All right. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is No Way Home. I really liked that movie a lot. I was really surprised that it was as good as it's. I thought it was better than it needs to be. Given
better
that
than it needed to be. That's a weird.
Yeah, because they didn't need much. They don't need much
okay.
for MCU to be like it's an MCU movie. It's going to be good. But then they did all of this stuff. They added all of these things, and I get it when they said, "Oh, this is like the end game of the Spider-Man universe." I'm like, "Yes, it is actually, kind of." Yeah, I agree. So if you haven't seen it yet, which being the biggest grossing movie Sony has ever had, I'd be surprised if you haven't seen it. But go watch it. It's good. I can't say much because it's just like kind of self-explanatory too a little bit. So yeah.
Wait, when you say the end game, are you saying they're not doing more?
No, he's contracted for 3 more movies.
Okay.
For 3 more Spider-Man solo movies. So
yeah. Annika, that's Tammy's daughter, keeps telling her she needs to watch Encanto. Oh, I'm actually excited to see that. That actually is on Disney Plus. I couldn't believe it came out on Disney Plus for no extra charge while it was still in theaters. It's so weird. Like it was still in theaters this past week. Well, actually, it did okay. I was looking at the box office. It actually didn't do bad at all. I mean, it's like now, like at least here, this was its last week in theaters. But usually, they don't. That's strange. Usually, they do the premium if they're going to have it in theaters at the same time.
Yeah, that's
But
weird.
that's cool. I'll go and I can go watch it.
Yeah.
All right, nice. Yes, I want to watch Encanto. I want to watch Raya and the Last Dragon. I got a couple Disney Plus things I need to see. 35th anniversary of 1984 Transformers, the movie. Oh, that's awesome. I wish I saw that in theaters. Man, I missed out on that. I remember seeing the original in theaters in 1985. Well, at least, Josh, at least that's a good, you made a good trek out to the cinema.
You got to see a camper van turn into a whatever it becomes later.
Who are you talking about?
Rodimus Prime.
Not a Rodimus Prime. He's not a camper van.
Oh, he's a station wagon.
No, wait. Maybe I can see why he's kind of like, maybe he's like camper van actually when he becomes Rodimus. When he's Hot Rod, which is why I liked him, he's a Hot Rod car. That's when I liked him.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't like him as Rodimus though.
No,
he turned to Rodimus.
No.
He should say this Hot Rod. And maybe it is. It looks like you're right. I see what you're saying. Tell me in the chat though. Is it actually a camper van? Like I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, it's like a camper van. That's what I thought. Like visually, like I think that's a camper van.
That's really kind of not very intimidating though.
No, you get a big rig versus a camper van. You're like, oh, I'm going with the big rig. I think the big rig's gonna win.
Obviously, Francis doesn't have the touch. He doesn't have the power.
I don't.
What is this a reference
That's
to?
the song. That's the song in
Transformers.
Yeah. You've got the touch.
Oh, he's like a really good 80s rock song.
It's an 80s rock hair metal song or whatever. Yeah.
Ian, well, after seeing Snake Eyes, I could understand why you would think that. I actually like the original G.I. Joe 2009 live action. I actually think if they kept going that direction, they would have been fine, but they totally did not. G.I. Joe animated movie, 100%. I'd be all about that. Also, I'm very interested in the Lady J series that's supposed to be coming up on Amazon at some point. I believe Amazon because I love Lady J. I love G.I. Joe. I'll watch anything G.I. Joe. Yeah, he's not afraid to dare to be stupid.
Which is the Weird Al song also in the Transformers movie. Yeah.
Dare to be stupid?
Yeah, Dare to be stupid. Yeah. I love that they're just doing the entire soundtrack of Transformers the movie. I'm like,
okay, so when he became Rodimus, Josh says they had to keep the big feel. They gave him a camper topper like thing. Okay, there you go. Yep.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I get it. Well, it's like here's the thing: both Transformers and GI Joe, when they replaced people, like GI Joe was terrible. Like when they did Cobra Commander and replaced them with fucking Serpentor, I couldn't stand it.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't stand it. Rodimus is not as bad, but again, why Optimus Prime is the fucking shit, man. Everyone loves Optimus Prime. Why would you?
And wasn't Rodimus just recently introduced? Like he's not even a staple character of the Transformers, and they give it to some random Transformer. Like here, Rodimus, you now have the Matrix of Power. Enjoy, as opposed to somebody Bumblebee, who's been by his side forever. Bumblebee being his number one cohort, pretty much. It doesn't get doesn't get the Matrix of Power. What? A leadership, I mean.
All right, so let me do my. Let me go back to best movies here, folks. My second movie is Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi.
Two Marvel movies.
I know, can't believe it, man. It's probably the only time this might happen.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, two Marvel movies are my top two. I love Shang-Chi. It was great. I actually watched it again on the plane ride home from Florida recently because they had it on. I actually told you, I think the other day, I realized that this really is not a superhero movie. It's a martial arts flick, which is probably why I love this so much. Martial arts are amazing in this movie, particularly the first two scenes. I've said this before, but the one in the forest, one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen between his father and mother when they're younger. Oh my God. It's like, that's how you do. It's like martial arts and romance and ballet, all out. And imagery, amazing imagery. It's great. And then, of course, the bus one, which everyone talked about, which is fantastic. But Shang-Chi's great. There's parts that don't totally hold up, like the stupid Mandarin. But guy from Iron Man 3 that they had the shoehorn in. But overall,
flattery. with the little dog thing that can.
That thing was kind of cute.
Yeah.
Wait, his name's Flattery?
His last name is Flattery.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Because he's an actor, he wants Flattery.
He's an actor. I know. Look, Ben Kingsley and anything, I just like.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
the thing.
Ben
No, but
Kingsley.
yeah, they had a really good cast in this movie. Michelle Yeoh's in the movie. I like his sister a lot. So yeah,
Mm.
Shang-Chi was great. Kerry says, I love Shang-Chi. The third act resolution, not so much. I get what
The
you're
dragon
saying
on
there.
dragon, yes, whatever.
Dragon on dragon. No, but it wasn't. That wasn't. Well,
It was a little bit.
it wasn't. No, but it wasn't really a dragon. The bad thing, right? It was
No,
like
but I
a
mean,
weird
it
creature.
was
He had a
dragon-esque, I
dragon
guess.
helping him. Yeah, the Great Protector.
And then Hawkeye came with his amazing, but oh no, I'm sorry, Aquafina came in with her amazing bow skills and saved the day.
It's like Hawkeye. Like, how are you?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Listen,
there's just
Aquafina
some,
obviously should have been Kate Bishop because she learns in like 2 seconds how to shoot a bow.
yeah, that's her like natural ability. I was like, oh, jeez, just let her be the jokester. That's cool. Like, you don't need to have her. Do anything
Yeah,
special. Just let her-
she can make those flying things laugh. And
Well,
then
I'm just saying, like, she, could, like,
they had to give her something to do.
I know, yeah.
I love B, but Bumble Prime I love that, Chaz. Bumble Prime. That's amazing.
Ooh.
Hey, Norbert's watching in Germany. Happy New Year. It's also already 2022 for him. I remember the Matrix of Leadership from the 86 Transformers movie. Better than all the Michael Bay ones after all. Yep.
Yeah.
I like how Transformers has dominated the conversation now. Great job, Josh.
Josh knows
way to
what's
derail
up.
everything.
Josh knows what's up.
Let's see. Shang-Chi was a nice surprise, very refreshing, witty dialogue, and I liked it better than the Eternals. All right, cool. Glad you liked it. So waiting for the Bumblebee sequel. Yes, they did make, of course, that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We'll do one more movie each. What's your third choice for best movie of the year?
Oh, this was a tough one because, if you're going to do a top three, unfortunately, some people have to be kicked out. And the movie I had the hardest time to kind of dealing with, there were two movies I wanted to put in my top three, actually three, but I'm going to pick this one because of its legacy, and that is 007's No Time to Die.
I knew it. Same as mine. I knew
it was so good. It paid homage to pretty much every era of the Bond legacy. I loved it. It was sure the villain was meh, but that doesn't matter. Daniel Craig, is just. I think it's sad that he kind of really becomes James Bond at the end versus like, in the middle where he's a little too stoic and too serious, but he finally becomes kind of a little bit more, quippy, but a little, just I don't know. There's just something about him that made him feel way more James Bondy in the last 007 movie.
I totally agree. That's number 3 on my list too. But yeah, like I say, for me, he fully comes into his own as James Bond in this movie.
Yeah.
I think it might be the best Bond ever, if not definitely top 3 of all time.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah.
But yeah, no, man, he's great. The whole cast is great. It's a great story, great set pieces. Like you said, nice nods to past ones. Great to finally get a couple puns in. I forget her name right now. The actress who plays the Latina American agent.
Oh, Ana de Armas, yeah.
Ana de Armas. Oh, she's only in a little bit, but man, she made a mark, man. She was so awesome. I would actually love it, even though I know they're going to reboot. I would love it if they brought her back in that world. I mean, because they have done that before. They brought Judi Dench between 2 different Bonds, so not like they couldn't. But yeah, I mean, but the female 007, that's not spoiling anything, folks. She was great too, like just across the board. More Moneypenny, more Q, it's great. And a very, I think, awesome fitting finale for Craig.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, what's happening here? Hang on, before
I have no idea.
Craig, Craig, are you giving us a code, or is your cat run across your keyboard? Like what just happened?
I'm curious if it's a I don't know, because I'm trying to see.
Ian says that's one hell of a movie for Bond. Highly recommended, Carrie. Definitely very well worth seeing. Wait, he's only able to find 3 movies you've seen. Oh, that's okay. Well, you might not have seen a bunch of movies.
Yeah,
I
I
still,
mean, I don't know
I
if you
still,
guys
Craig, I
have.
still want to know what's happening to your keyboard. Maybe he passed out drunk and his head is like hit the keyboard and he
Eh,
lifts it up and it goes down again.
one dash FP1 dash.
Or maybe it's like a James Bond code 1-5P.
Oh, maybe. Oh, it was a surprise, surprise.
Oh, Anna de Armas was the hottest damn thing he's seen on screen all year. I won't disagree
Yeah.
with that. Hell yeah, Scorpio. My wireless keyboard was on my laptop keyboard. I see. All right, Craig.
That's weird.
I was hoping it was
Like
gonna be
away
a code.
from each other. They don't like each other apparently. they're fighting for dominance right now.
Yes. All right, folks. That was our best movies of the year. So again, for me, it was Eternal, Shang-Chi, and No Time to Die. And for Francis,
Free Guy, No Way Home, and No Time to Die.
you have no in two of your choices. Just
I do.
I wish you could have worked it into the other one.
I'm trying. Well, there's. Is there another movie with the word "no" in it?
I don't. This
Maybe
year,
one.
probably some independent one or something.
No, okay.
But no one that comes to my mind right away. All right, cool. Folks, you can keep telling us your choices. All right. Oh, so number 2. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is what he was trying to do. No Way Home for Spider-Man is number 1. Mortal Kombat is number 2. And Meow is number 3. I'm just kidding.
No.
That was Ian.
Fast and Furious 9.
Oh, I did. I forgot all about that. I didn't even watch it.
I thought you just meant like the F9 button on your keyboard.
Right.
We were just fighting again.
That's my third favorite key on the keyboard. F9.
F9. I don't know what it does, but it does something.
Folks, we're actually books is not one of our categories this year. I am going to mention a book later, but just because I haven't really read enough new books this year, I've read kind of more older ones. But here's the reason why. The number one book of the year is obviously Dragons of a Different Tale. I mean, there's no. We don't even have to make a list. This is number 1 on everybody's list, obviously. So just get it if you haven't read it. It's amazing. It's going to blow your mind.
It's the best way to introduce 2022 to someone is to give them this book.
Yes. If you haven't given them a gift yet, or if you want to welcome in the new year, Dragons of a Different Tale, 17 Unusual Dragon Tales. Francis and I have a story in that if you haven't heard us talk about it yet. By Marx is the guy who created the whole thing, who's Mark Spile. And so there you go. That's my favorite book of the year.
There you go.
But actually, in all seriousness, lots of, besides ourselves, really talented authors. And I don't know if I just sounded like I said we were really talented. But anyway, I meant the other authors were really awesome is what I'm trying to say. And they did a really good job in their stories. All right.
You should have said there's these really talented authors and like
Plus us and
15
us.
and 15 other guys.
Oh, and gals.
And gals. There's like 15 other people who wrote this book, and then these two really.
No.
talented
If anything, I would say there's 15 people. Oh, 16 people because there's actually 18 authors total.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then there's us. All right. Anyway, let's go to again. Thank you for joining our year-end special here as we count down to New Year's Eve. Well, some from you have already had it. Best TV shows of the year. Let's see here. Oh, Norbert says it looks much nicer on paper, Jeff. I have it on my Kindle. Have not finished it because I always have YouTube shows to watch. Well, thank you for ordering a Kindle, Norbert. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do. I think the paperback came out amazing, though. So it looks great. But
there's boats on it.
Never gonna let me forget that one.
I love that you like that though. That's so fun.
Listen, these boats. It's hard to see in here. Here they are.
Yeah,
look really nice.
Yeah.
I like water and ocean and boats, right? So there you go.
I am curious. I need to read them all to see if there's a boat anywhere in any of the stories, because I hope there is.
I have, well, I mean, water is important to mine, but there's no boats in mine, actually.
Yeah, read boats.
Yeah. So Norbert, when you read Francis in Mind, let us know what you think, though. And the other ones too. But obviously read ours first. Well, no, all right, forget it.
Yeah, no.
All right, here we go. TV. Let us know your favorite TV shows of the year. Lots to choose from. You got network, cable, streaming, of course. Here we go. Let's see what Carrie says before we get into ours. Soups and Low. I want to call it that from now.
Soups and Low.
Super. By the way, it's kind of weird that it's I guess, well, because the other show was Clark and Lois, right?
Lois and Clark.
Lois and Clark. So I guess they wanted to be different, right? Because Superman and Lois. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Soups and Low, Hawkeye, Fear the Walking Dead, honorable mention, Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, he had to sneak that one in. All right.
You know what's funny is I recently saw a review of Legends of Tomorrow, haven't seen the last few seasons, and they're like still the best comic book TV show, and I'm like, oh wow, people are really enjoying it still.
Yeah,
that's
still
cool.
going.
Yeah.
WandaVision is number one for Tammy. Scorpio says, I've been thrilled to see It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? And
yeah.
Letterkenny returned this year. All right. Number one for me, Cowboy Bebop. Netflix live action.
Sure.
Cowboy Bebop. Yes, definitely the number one show for me. There's been lots of shows that got canceled after one season that I have loved, but I don't know if any hurt as much as this one, to be honest with you. Because I loved this show so much. The style, the action, the casting, the characters, it was so well done. I feel, a different kind of a distinct show. Mm-hmm. I have now watched enough of the animated series, and yes, get your tomatoes ready to throw at me. I think the live action is way better than the animated. I'm sorry, series is better. How about that? Maybe I won't go way better, but it's better. I appreciate the animated, but man, I just think the live action takes it to a different level. Yeah, I know it's sacrilege, folks. I know, I get it. To a lot of you, we had this discussion before.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, I love the live action. Here's the thing. No other show made me want to watch it that quickly, like in that consistently. Even season 2 of The Witcher and season 1 of The Witcher was my number one show when it came out 2 years ago. Has not made me watch it maybe have the drive to watch it as much as Cowboy Bebop did when it came out. So that's my number one. And I think Netflix really did a huge disservice canceling it so soon. This makes no sense, even if you're going to cancel it, to make that announcement. It's idiotic. But all right, I don't know. I'm sure I'll never. I did sign the petition to get it saved.
Oh, really?
And then I was really disheartened to find that there was a petition with more signatures to get it canceled. But this is what pisses me off, right?
Wow. Oh my God, that's so weird.
This is what pisses me off.
Yeah.
There are shows like Riverdale. And I don't hate Legends, by the way, but there are shows that I don't like, right?
Sure.
And that I can't stand.
Yeah.
I would never try to stop someone from watching that or actually get it pulled off the air, right? If you love it, go watch it. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, Julie. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. That just like drives me up the wall. Like I can't fathom that. Like that you would actually try to take away someone else's love, right? Yeah. Like if you don't love it, fine. But I never want to take away someone else's joy for something. Like even if I can't stand it. And that's where like I can't stand when people are actively saying, you know what, I want to make sure this show stays off the air because it did not fit my vision. And obviously I am the only one that can say what the correct vision of Cowboy Bebop is.
I mean,
like if you didn't like it, fine. If you want to say that, fine. But to actively actually say, I'm gonna sneak in there and like I don't know, like make sure.
To me, it's all kind of funny and silly because it's like, in the grand scheme of things, all shows live and die by its viewership, really.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a ton of people who hate a show that's still on the air and they don't really understand why, because a lot of other people really love it.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of other people like it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I can't believe that there's a counter. I love that. It's just so weird.
You know what sucked? The article was about somebody wrote to. Sorry, I'll get to the other choice in a second, folks. Yeah. I think, by the way, when I said that, Julie was like, "Well, I totally fine with agreeing to disagree." But then he was like, "Happy New Year, good night." I think he was like, "I'm gone now that you said that."
No, I don't know about that. I think.
Yeah, I know. No, he's still here. I'm sure. Julie's great. Yeah. The article. I saw the article, so I read it about a petition. Okay, I want to sign that petition. I don't sign many, but I want to sign that one because it was my favorite show.
Yeah.
But the article really wasn't about that. It was really briefly about this guy put up a petition. He did a really short thing like, if you love the show, sign it, basically.
Okay.
And then the whole rest of the article was like, and then the counter petition was this woman ranting in a soliloquy about everything that was wrong with the show. Like the guy wanted to save it was just like, hey, if you love it, sign it. And the other person was like, oh no, this person, you have no idea what the show's about, and this was wrong, and this was like, that just shows you exactly like what the problems are.
I mean, I don't know.
All right.
Anyway, I don't know.
Anyway, go watch Cowboy Bebop, folks. At least you're enjoying it. You're watching and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's your number one? And then I'll get to the chat.
I didn't really watch too much TV. I realized that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I watch more TV. I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, I don't watch
not as much
as
as I used to because I don't find as many stuff as I love. But
like I know I still have to watch. I watch all the Marvel stuff. That's for sure. But there's very few things outside of that I watch. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's more habit than anything else. So I have.
What's your favorite?
So my favorite, I guess, for this year is the League of Legends animated series Arcane.
Arcane. Okay.
I really enjoyed it. I was really surprised because Martha was telling me about it and how much she loved it, and she was watching it again for a second time. And I'm like, really, it's that good to watch it twice? And then I saw it for the first time all the way through, and I binged it in a day. Like I ended up just erasing all of my plans for the day, and I ended up watching it because I wanted to know what happened next. So I just ended up watching all of Arcane in a single day, and I absolutely loved it. And so, I guess that would have to be again. And really, I'm not going to say it's like my, it's not the show that beats all other shows I've ever watched, but I really enjoyed it this year. So yeah, for 2021, 100% Arcane. Go watch it.
Yeah, no, it's popular. I'm about halfway through. I'm enjoying it. I don't have that same love for it, but yeah, I'm digging it. And I'll wait till I watch the rest of it. I'll see how, because I do think it's picked up from the beginning.
Yeah, it has that big intro, first 3 episodes, like intro episode.
So now I'm just now into the part where I see the slightly older versions, but I haven't seen Vi yet. I've only seen
oh yeah.
Who's the younger sister?
That would be Jinx.
She goes by Jinx now. What was her actual?
Oh, her. Oh God, it starts with an M too. I'm trying to remember right now.
I don't know. I want to say like peppermint, or that's not that though. It's something.
No, that's cool. I wish it was peppermint.
Is it something cute like that though? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's a little cute name that they gave her. It was a nickname, but it wasn't her. Like it wasn't a real name.
All right, let me get this before we do our other ones. Let me get to the chat ones here, folks. Now that I went on my Cowboy Bebop thing. Sorry, I can't stand it. I mean, I love the show and I can't stand that.
Oh yeah. I know what you mean.
Standout series. Oh boy, Shidisel. How do you say that?
Shitzel?
Maybe it's misspelled.
I don't know what that is.
Say season 3 on Netflix. Stargirl, Superman and Lois, Masters of the Universe Revelation. All right, there we go.
Oh, it is. That's what it's spelled as.
Shitizel.
Yeah, it is a Netflix series, Stiesel. And
is it animated or live action?
Live action.
Interesting. 3 cheers for Netflix turning Jeff onto such a wonderful property. Well, there you go, Scorpio. See, that's the nice way to think about it. Because you're right. I am almost halfway through the animated Cowboy Bebop. And even though I like the live action better, I'm enjoying the animated one. Yeah. I really enjoyed in the last episode I just watched. Faye was in a bikini in on the lounge chair.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Sci-Fi Paul, Superman and Lois, WandaVision, The Bad Batch, the animated Star Wars one, Book of Boba Fett, Cowboy Bebop. All right, yes, Ian. By the way, on Ian's show, we all had lots of love for Cowboy Bebop. I felt so at home. It was so wonderful.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
And an honorable mention for Star Trek Discovery, which has improved. All right, nice list. Ian, you're obviously sobering up, Ian, since you mentioned Cowboy Bebop. Your comments are getting better. It's good. Don't they cancel shows now before fans can even get organized to demand to cancel it? That's true. Yes, Norbert. I mean, like they do not. Obviously, they don't give. Particularly with Netflix now, right? Like you got to get. It was like within 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks after its release.
I mean, yeah, you got to get it all in the beginning or forget it, particularly the way Netflix releases things.
Well, that's how they did it with a bunch of their movies. Like Red Notice was like, I mean, it was so big in its first couple of weeks. They're like, and it's like, okay, I guess.
Well, wait, what did they, you froze. What did happen with the first 2 weeks?
Red Notice, like in the first week or so, did so well that they're like, oh, just sequel, make it happen, just do it. And so they just kind of throw sequels at these things if they do like monster. And apparently Red Notice, which is a movie that no one's ever heard of.
No, I am. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Actually, man, it's got great actors in it.
Oh yeah,
Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot. I mean, looks super fun,
super entertaining. But I'm like, I
no,
talked
he
to
did really well on
like,
Netflix. Yeah, it was in the top 10 all time.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
Glad to see you again. Maybe you're back from out to sea. Josh likes Boba Fett. I'm going to talk about that later. Not necessarily all positive, but let's
I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
Annika's watching the new He-Man, the Revelation, even though she is mad after each episode and runs in to tell me why. That's why I stopped watching after 3 episodes.
So she's hate watching it, which is funny. Okay.
Yeah. Lizzie's used to shows canceled because of toy sales. That's interesting.
That used to be the case, yeah.
Yeah, well, particularly in the 80s, right? Like that's why they made those shows basically for toys.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Lizzie, I love your new photo there with you and Sonic. That's super cute.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, Grand Tour. I don't know what that is.
That's the new. That's that one where they drive cars around, and it's.
Okay. I'll just drive
the British one. That one British one.
Yeah, kind of like Top Gear almost.
Oh yeah, that's the same people of Top Gear. That's their new show.
Oh, is it like Top Gear: The Grand Tour or something, or is it
well, because they left Top Gear and they did their own thing. So and I think it's that. Yeah.
All right, I'll just drive around in Forza Horizon.
It was named Game of the Year, so there you go.
By who?
IGN named it Game of the Year.
Oh, all right. Well, we're gonna do our video games in a little bit. Yeah. La Brea was a welcome surprise. Carrie says, I have not seen that actually. I would check that out.
I live near La Brea.
Well, watch out for the big opening in the earth where you fall down into another universe.
Well, there's tar pits there.
Here. So Red Notice was a fun popcorn movie. That's enough for me, man. But I love it. His cat loved Cowboy Bebop. She's very smart. She also loves Shang-Chi and anything with Kung Fu, and it gets her all excited as she jumps at the TV and starts batting the screen. Nice. You have a Kung Fu cat. They got fired. Well, yeah, because there's different people in Top Gear now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What is your number 2 show of the year?
Well, like I said, I watched mostly Marvel TV this past year. So if I'm going to pick a single Marvel property, it'd have to be Loki. Loki was a lot. It introduced the multiverse. It's a lot of and it has one of the Wilsons in it. The one I can never remember if it's either Owen or Luke. I think Owen is the one with the broken nose.
It's Owen Wilson. Yeah.
Okay.
Luke Wilson's in Stargirl, right?
Oh, there you go. I always get them confused. But yes, so Owen Wilson's in it. It's a great cast as well. Again, just kind of quirky and weird and silly. And probably I enjoyed it. I just enjoyed it way more than the 2 before it. Though I like WandaVision a lot. But I don't know. I just like Loki better. So there you go. Number 2, Loki.
All right, Loki. Every week of AEW Dynamite, that's a wrestling show, folks,
yes.
Has been a welcome change in the world of wrestling, Josh says.
Oh, good.
Carrie says, why do I feel like Kung Fu Cat should be a Netflix series? It totally should. I would watch that.
And by the way, Samurai Pizza Cats. Might as well do Kung Fu Cat.
Yeah, Kung Fu Cat. Great segue, Carrie, because my second choice for Best TV is Kung Fu, the rebooted series on CW, but now also available on HBO Max. Kung Fu, awesome show. This is my most anticipated show of this year, and it did not disappoint. Olivia Leong is fantastic as Nikki, the protagonist who travels. She lives with her family in San Francisco's Chinatown, but she travels to be trained in like Shaolin monastery, and comes back and is a kung fu expert. And the show is awesome because at its heart, it's a show about her and her family, and it does a wonderful job of that. Like her parents, her siblings, they're all like, the acting is great across the board. It all feels so real and like a family you care about. And then throw in really well done kung fu action, like great choreographed scenes as well. And throw in that, and man, you got like a hit on your hands. And cool like mystical storyline stuff going on as well. And Yvonne Chapman, who is the antagonist in season 1, is amazing in this show. She is great.
There any connection to the original Kung Fu in any of it? Like, do they mention any?
It's a complete reboot. It has nothing to do at all, which I think is fine.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's great. And Yvonne Chapman has been promoted to series regular for season 2, so I'm excited.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, which I think actually should probably it's coming out. I don't know when the release date is, because last year was in April, but it might be January this year. I don't know.
So anyway, it's definitely second season.
It premiered in April. It's like a second half of the year premiere type show. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's coming up sometime, not too distant future, hopefully season 2. But you can watch all the episodes of season 1 on HBO Max or CW. Check it out. I know Tammy wound up watching it. So I like the new Kung Fu series. Watch after Jeff recommended. Hey, all right. Somebody takes my recommendations. Good. Thanks, Tammy. Glad you liked it. Yvonne Chapman is Ian's future wife, at least until I get bored. What the fuck is this, Ian? All right, forget it. You don't deserve her. That's terrible. By the way, you're the one who get kicked out of the airlock if you've seen her in action, man.
Wait, is she in sci-fi or something? Why is there an airlock? I guess is why I'm asking.
I don't, because he's drunk. I don't know.
Okay.
No, there's no plane in any of the episodes of Kung Fu. There's no planes at all.
Oh, no planes. Okay.
No, she's. But her accent is amazing, because if you listen to her, she sounds like more just like American, or like maybe.
Well, she's Canadian,
English. Or she's Canadian. Okay.
Yeah.
But the accent she does for this is so awesome and distinct. Like, it's incredible. Like, I never would have, when I watched her later or interview, I was like, oh my God, like that's how she sounds in real life. Like, it's incredible. Back in February or early March. Okay, good. Thank you, Ian. All right, there you go. Kung Fu is my second one. Let's see here. What's your third one? We'll do one more.
Well, this one comes under the wire, under the same premise as Kung Fu, but it comes in under the wire because its first episode of the third season started January 1st of 2021, or not the first, but January 2021, and that is Cobra Kai season 3.
Oh no,
Cobra Kai, so good.
Excuse me, I have to go start a petition to cancel Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai season 3 started. It furthers the stories along of Johnny Lawrence.
I thought you got sick of that show. You said you got really stupid. You said. I mean, I thought it was always stupid.
No. I enjoy it.
You're still like it.
I think it does get silly and stupid, but that's what makes me like it. Just like Legends of Tomorrow, right? Legends of Tomorrow is silly and stupid, but I like it. But yeah, you have Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso, butting heads and kicking names.
Butting heads and kicking names?
Yeah. Instead of taking them, they kick them.
Yeah.
It's a silly, fun and fun show, and season 4 just came out like today, I think, and it is the first season produced by Netflix. The previous 3 were produced by YouTube when it was a YouTube Red show. Yeah. So people said, the current reviews are it still holds a lot of the same kind of feel, but it's wonky because it's Netflix, so I don't know what that means. So I'll have to watch it to see, but it's out now for the I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm so glad when characters hold grudges for 30 years about a karate.
Well, it's silly and dumb, but that's what makes you cannot take seriously, and that's what I love about it. It's a show you just can't be like, like Kung Fu you can take seriously, right? A little bit with the minus maybe some of the mystical stuff, but as a whole, that show you can kind of take like, okay, you kind of take it seriously. You're not supposed to take Cobra Kai seriously. You just kind of go with the flow of the.
I don't know. I think a lot.
I think there's enough weird stuff that happens.
But it's not. See, here's the thing. I'd much rather watch Legends, because Legends is deliberately campy, right?
True. I also think Cobra Kai is deliberately campy. I think it is.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's gotten that. Maybe it's gotten that way because I haven't seen much, but it may have developed more.
It's overly melodramatic. It's like
I can't stand it. I can't stand overly melodramatic.
I love it.
But again, that's good. That's fine. You're enjoying it. I'm not going to try to cancel it.
Cancel.
By the way, Kung Fu is out March 9th. Okay, good. Thank you, Tammy.
There you go.
Annika and Kennedy, that's your husband, love Cobra Kai.
There you go.
I believe Tammy, now we just lost Ian. We just lost Ian because you told him it was out because he loves it.
Oh, there you go.
Eagle. Wait, who's Eagle Fang? Is
That's I
that
think
Johnny's?
I think that's their new. Yeah, Johnny's new because Cobra Kai gets taken
Because he
over.
was
So
because Cobra Kai gets taken over by the old sensei, right?
yeah, by
Jerky guy.
Reese. Yeah,
Reese, yeah.
Crease. I'm sorry, Crease. Crease. Yeah, and so Crease takes over, and so he has to make his own badass dojo, and he calls it Eagle Fang.
Who Johnny does?
Johnny does. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did see a cool shirt in Box Lunch by me, which is Miyagi Do.
Miyagi-Do, yeah. That's Daniel-san's.
And now that shirt did have some like campy sayings on it, so the shirt was going for it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think again, I still think there's a little bit of that in here, but yeah.
All right, well maybe there is. All right, so number 3 for me is actually there is some kung fu in this one,
Okay.
but it is an animated series. And I have mentioned this before, folks, but it's Blade Runner Black Lotus.
Oh right, yeah. Well, I mean, first one is animated, so yeah.
It is a co-production of Adult Swim and Crunchyroll. You can see the subtitle version on Crunchyroll, the dubbed on Adult Swim on Cartoon Network. It is about, I think, halfway through its first season right now. They're releasing weekly. It's about a young woman named Elle who is not sure if she's a replicant. And the awesome Jennifer Henwick, who we were just talking about with Matrix Resurrections, does the voice of her. She's the lead, and she's amazing in it. Jessica Henwick, excuse me. I think I said Jennifer. Jessica Henwick. Yeah. So this, for me, this is the best Blade Runner that's ever been done. Like, way better than either movie. I know for you it's easy. I know for you it is. There you go, folks. There's got some shade in on Blade Runner. But yeah, it's like the action's awesome. Like the fight scenes are great. Like the martial arts is awesome, and it's actually an interesting story. Like, and characters you care about, and Elle you really care about, and yeah, like this is the Blade Runner I've always wanted, basically.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go, Blade Runner Black Lotus. Check it out. Probably a lot of people aren't familiar with. So
no, I mean, I don't see it advertised anywhere, really. Like
you're
I
probably
don't
only going to
see
see it on like Adult Cartoon Network or advertised there,
which is unfortunate, but yeah.
And also, it comes out on, interestingly, they release it at midnight on Saturdays.
Well, because it's a streaming.
Because it's part of their Adult Swim, I guess. They go to more of an adult, I guess, thing. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's how they do it with a lot of like anime on adult. When it was showing on, oh, I guess it's showing on the actual channel, right? On actual Cartoon Network. Right?
Yeah. I mean, Adult Swim is just Cartoon Network at night, basically.
At night,
right? They call it Adult Swim. Yeah.
So that's where they show kind of the more mature anime at that time too. Yeah. So that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. All right. So there you go, folks. That was our so again, to recap, Cowboy Bebop for me, number 1, then Kung Fu, then Blade Runner Black Lotus, and for Francis.
It was, well, my third one I didn't say yet, but yeah.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I thought that was your number 3. You know what? After I heard Cobra Kai, I was like, you didn't forget. I don't want to hear anything else. Okay, wait. Can you recap your first two? Can you recap your first
Cobra
two?
Kai.
And then what's your third one?
So my third one, I kind of like it. It's kind of my favorite only because of my love of the material, but it's got to be Wheel of Time. Even though I'm
Even though you just got a whole huge thing telling about how you like.
I think it's because I want it to be good, and I really want it to be everything it should be living up to, because it's a fantasy show that I think is better than Game of Thrones in the sense of like there's nothing gratuitous about it. There's a very set purpose to all the characters. There's a very set specific storyline. There's intrigue. There's all that stuff, even though I kind of know the story because I read the books, but that's fine, right? But it doesn't do anything grotesque or overly like trying to kind of make you feel uncomfortable. It's just there to make you feel like, oh, here's the tension, here's the surprise, here's the this, here's the that, and they do it in a way where when I talk to non-readers of the book and what they thought of the series, yeah, there was disappointment, there was this, but they were enjoying the series overall. I'm like, you know what, I'm rooting for it. I'm its cheerleader, just like you're the cheerleader of Cowboy Bebop. I'm the cheerleader of Wheel of Time. I want it to do well.
All right, I can respect that.
Yeah. And I want to be good, and it's good. It's good-ish. I'm enjoying it, but I'm anticipating it will get progressively better because I think that they're on the right path.
I'm determined to do. That's great. That's good. I'm determined to do a Cowboy Bebop panel at Dragon Con, the live.
I guarantee
just
it'll
to celebrate it.
Well, here's the thing.
Haters need not attend.
Well, I was gonna say you have to make sure you
No.
Special and not the anime, because I'm guaranteeing you.
No,
if people
yeah,
go
no.
in,
I would make
yeah,
sure it was clear it's the live action one.
okay. 'Cause
I mean, no,
because
people will still show up, I'm sure, to say they don't like it.
Oh,
That's
sure.
okay. I mean,
Yeah.
that's Dragon Gun's all about different views and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And people are always respectful there, so it's great. Well, then Martha, because you guys are going to attend, she can come and tell me how much she hates it again.
Mm-hmm.
Is she an hour before Eastern? Or what is she?
She's
what time zone is she?
central,
She's
so
central?
she's
Okay.
2 hours ahead for me, 1 hour behind for you.
All right, so, yep. All right. Martha, why aren't you in the chat? Hey, Martha, where are you? Why
know
don't
why
you
she's-
celebrate the New Year's without us?
I know why she's not in the chat, but
All right, well, okay.
she has a very good reason not to be in the chat.
Is she hiding in your closet?
No.
All right, never mind. You don't have to.
I mean, she can if she wants to. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. When one time during the show, she just like sprang out.
Surprise.
Jeff, if you want to get me streaming in for Cowboy Bebop, I'd love to do that if we could set that up.
Streaming into the panel.
Oh, the panel. I understand you now. I understand what you mean. Okay. I stay off drinking weed for 2 weeks. Wow. Look at that. Look at how much he loves Cowboy Bebop. What kind of a show could inspire someone to do that?
That's some dedication right there.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. There's our top TV shows, folks. You can keep putting your choices in the chat. You know, if you think of other movies or shows you want to throw in, feel free. Obviously we're just touching on our top ones. There's other shows we certainly enjoyed. I'll give an honorable mention to Shadow and Bone. That was on my top 3 on Ian's show, but I forgot all about to mention Blade Runner. So, but Shadow and Bone is really well done, I think. All right. Oh boy, now we're gonna have this chat going on.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Oh yeah, Josh, that's right. Is
Yeah.
Josh still working on Dispense?
Yes. Well, no, he works in the industry now, but yeah, he's definitely still in the industry.
All right, let's move on to our best video games of the year. Or you can also throw in tabletop board games if you want, folks, if you're not a big video game player. I know we got other categories as well coming up that are kind of more broad as well. You can throw in different things. So what's number 1 for you?
Well, this one came out, I think, at the very beginning of the year. But it's kind of a cheat because I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of a cheat, but Persona 5 Strikers, which is a spin-off or a sequel to Persona 5.
It's its own game, though?
It's its own game.
All right, that counts then.
Strikers is its own game, and it's a sequel, and it's not the role-playing game. It's a action role-playing game, so you're actually running around and pressing an attack button, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I love it. It's just it's a so how can I not? It's just good fun characters, fun little storyline, a lot of twists and turns and amazing music. The one thing I laud about the Persona series is the music is fantastic. All the series of Persona have fantastic music. Go watch that for that, if anything, or play it for that, if anything, because the music's just wonderful. So Strikers, definitely my number 1. Love that game.
So I don't think this is a video game, but Ian says Flesh Gordon classic 70s satirical porn. The Penisaurus should have gotten Oscar recognition. Okay, now I know what I want to watch after the show.
I know, right?
I hope they still use Queen's music in it. Yeah, that's what they can do. Yeah, when they climaxing. He still saves every one of us with his huge.
He does. With his. Oh man.
All right, Josh. Usually it's Jalou getting me with the acronyms, but
so Grand Theft Auto 5 has a mod.
Grand Theft Auto, yes, that I know. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just a mod, really.
Does it stand for something?
Yeah, it's Liberty City Police Department, and I don't know what the FR stands for, but yeah, maybe it's Fire and Rescue. Actually, I think. So it's the mod where you get to play. Usually, you're the guy breaking the laws. With this mod, you're now the guy enforcing the laws.
Okay.
So you actually give people like traffic tickets and you actually pull people over and you arrest them and all that stuff. So yeah, that's cool.
First response is the FR.
First response. Okay.
And we have an old category even later about things you discovered this year that are a little older. So yeah. We're definitely going to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpio has been doing The Ascent, was a great time killer, but AFK Arena has been my obsession of the year.
Well, thanks to you, Scorpio, I'm back on AFK Arena. So, and that's just a fun little mobile game. So, yeah.
And then Ian also says, I'm loving Hot Wheels, my go-to for 10-minute game. All right. I didn't know there was a Hot Wheels game. Cool. My number one.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that. Yeah, I love that because it's just a bunch of those ramps and stuff in a room. And
is that what it is?
Yeah. It sticks to being small cars driving on like.
Okay, yeah, I did that all the time when I was a kid, man. I played with Hot Wheels and Matchbox with the ramps and loved it.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess what yours is, though. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess what yours is. Can I guess?
Yeah, you know it.
It's Forza, right?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought it was gonna be Forza 5.
It's on my list, but it's not my number one. My number one by far is Tales of Arise.
Oh, that's right. Tales of Arise.
Tales of Arise, the latest JRPG, Japanese role-playing game from Bandai Namco. Tales is a very long-running series, so this is the first game I played in the series. And this game is just fantastic. And actually, I saw it earlier today, comicbook.com named it Best RPG of the Year.
So the Game Awards did too, as well. Yeah.
Oh, did it win at the Game Awards?
Yeah. It's
for Best RPG? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Good. Yeah, you know what? This just like it's awesome characters, and that's like number one for me. Like great characters, great relationships between them. They all have like interesting backstories and like awesome, I guess a cool story overall. The graphics are fantastic. It has a wonderful anime style, which is my favorite style that games do. Best action fighting thing in an RPG I've ever played, like in terms of how fluid and fun it is. Because a lot of times the action is not necessarily like my favorite thing usually in RPG, but these are really fun. But really just, characters you can really love and you can play a lot of these like little skit scenes where the characters talk to each other. And like, I just love, man, just watching those and seeing their interact. And even though like a lot of people have been saying this is more serious than other Tales, maybe I haven't played those, but there's still a lot of fun in this game. Like there's lighthearted stuff and humor between the characters. And so, yeah, just Tales of Arise, highly recommend it if you like RPGs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sci-Fi Pulse, Spider-Man Miles Morales, and Kena Bridge of Spirits. Yes, Kena's next on my list, actually. I have it downloaded. I got to play that. That looks awesome. And Deathloop. Oh, Deathloop got a lot of notice.
Yeah.
This year. He likes you with the AFK, by the way, that you're playing that. Mm-hmm. Josh looking forward to the new Pokemon game coming out at the end of the next month for the Switch.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, you got number two?
Yes, I do. Number two, it was just mentioned. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is a offshoot of the Spider-Man game from last year. Maybe I think it was 2 years ago. I think it came out last year, but I just played it this year. It's it's fantastic. It's a beautiful, gorgeous looking game. Like you're flying through New York in wintertime, and it's just beautiful. Just swinging around, looking at all the snow everywhere, and it's actually falling on you, and it's like falling everywhere. It's really very just atmospheric, right? It feels like a real city. You know, people are walking around doing things, and cars are driving normally. Like it doesn't seem out of place, right? The combat, it's the Batman combat in spider form. It's great.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's the same kind of
it's like
punch,
from the Arkham
dodge.
games.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like attack, dodge, special moves. That's all. Pretty much, and jump, and that's pretty much it. But fantastic, a lot of fun, and a great little storyline. It's I think 8 or 9 hours or something like that. It's pretty short, actually. It's not. It doesn't take long to finish. But it's definitely, I really enjoyed it. I like the continuation of the story of Peter Parker and Miles Morales. So if you have a PlayStation 4, even you can play that game. It's a lot of fun.
Or 5. Right.
Yeah, or 5. Yeah.
He cried like a little baby when he completed that game. And the gaming story was fantastic.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, it took him
15 hours. Okay, yeah. I forget how long it was, but yeah, it's not like those like Arise is like a 60-hour game. Like that's a long game because it's RPGs are usually fairly long. Mm-hmm. So
that's why I like them.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're really good, obviously.
Oh yeah.
then you don't want them to end. All right, number 2 for me is Scarlet Nexus,
Scarlet Nexus. Yeah.
a futuristic action RPG, I guess I would call it. You get to pick either a female or a male protagonist in the what's called the Other Suppression Force, where you have to like battle these kind of weird alien or mutated creatures that come to Earth, and great action system because you get to each person has some kind of like psycho type kinetic power. So the main characters can they call it psychokinesis, but like you basically use telekinesis while they fight. Mm-hmm. So you can fight like with a sword and dagger, but you can also it's actually the best use I've ever seen in the game. You can literally grab any object around you and throw it into your enemies, or like swirl it around and like so you can grab like poles, chairs, cars, buses, drop it on their heads and stuff sometimes, and it's awesome. I mean, you have certain only energy you have to build up to do this, but yeah, it's like really fun. Interesting story. It's also an anime as well, actually, that goes along with. You can get on Funimation.
Oh, really?
Nexus, yeah,
oh, that's fun.
Yep.
Okay.
That kind of came out in tandem with the video game. So yeah, so Scarlet Nexus, it's a fun play. And again, a very distinct kind of anime visual style to that as well. All right, and number 3 for you.
Number 3 for me is a game that that came out in 2019. I only got a chance to play it recently because I think it came out for free on the PlayStation Network or something like that, or whatever. Or maybe I had it for a while. But it's a game called Control, which has very much, I think, similar telekinetic type powers in the game. But it's a game that genuinely freaked me the hell out when I played it. Like it's not scary like Resident Evil 7 is scary because that's just freaky, like stuff jumping out at you. This one is dark corridors, X-Files, scenarios, like really ominous voices, very kind of, it just gets in your head. It's very psychologically like scary. And you play a director who has or you actually play a person who finds this hidden organization and becomes a director of this organization and get caught up in like this weird scenario where these unexplained phenomena that this organization collects starts getting out of hand, and you become the person that has to kind of fix everything, even though you're just kind of thrown into the situation, and you gain powers as you play throughout the game. It's out there. It's out there as a game. Like it's really like, raw, it really holds on to you, and it's kind of a really freaky game. But if you're looking for something that is a lot of fun, memorable, like I still think about that game to this day, and I played it earlier this year, and I still think about it. It just gets to you. But Control, and great female like for a protagonist too, which you don't get more of those. You don't get that very often in a
Scorpio agrees. It's freaking sweet.
Yeah.
What's the protagonist's name?
Oh God, let me see if I can remember. I don't remember her name. I can't remember her name anymore. Sorry, I played at the beginning of the year, so I don't remember all the details. Yeah,
Scorpio can tell us.
Yeah.
All right, my number 3 one is one actually Francis was guessing before. Forza Horizon 5. The Forza Horizon is my favorite racing series, and this time it's in Mexico. So it's just super fun because you can drive anywhere across the whole map and do all different kinds of races and sign up for like doing movie stunts and stuff. And and obviously there's like over, 550 different cars you can get in the game. Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. The fun of it though, is the real cars, right?
Yeah. And they're all based on the actual cars and they actually like, it's crazy how much time they put into this. Like they handle like they really would, and stuff. But you can also do things like, because people, like I've talked about this right before, people do the special like paint jobs that you can download. So you could get Kit from Knight Rider, which I have. They did have a DeLorean at one point, but it was like a special thing. I haven't gotten that. Yeah. But anyway, a lot of cool cars. The one bad thing is they have a lot of trouble with their online play they've had. At least I haven't actually played in a couple weeks, but when I was playing, I was actually on the $9.99 Game Pass. I actually upgraded to the Ultimate so I could play online. But I've gotten to play like one race online. Every other time I try, it won't matchmake or it'll kick me out. Like it won't. It just gets stuck, and that is really unacceptable. To be honest with you, like a huge game like this, that they first off they didn't have that figure out, and they haven't figured it out like a month later still. Because it's not just me. Like it's a lot of people are having problems with that. I mean, maybe it's better now because I haven't played in a while, but I don't know. I mean, so that definitely is kind of a knock against it. But the game itself is really well done. I mean, all their Forza Horizon games are really well done. Like you know what you're going to get, and it's and the graphics are beautiful. And just it's just great driving around, in the ocean and the different like seeing the temples in Mexico and stuff. Like it's always fun. And
Yeah, I like those kind of games where you actually have just kind of be able to see. You get the free roam, right? You get to just drive around and check out.
Oh yeah, you can drive wherever you want.
Nice.
You don't have to. I mean, there's too much to do, honestly. Almost like there's so many races and things you can do. Just like you can't really do all of it. So
I like that racing games went to an open world kind of environment. So just because it's just cool to drive around and see locales and stuff. So good on you, driving games.
Yeah. So Ian says she has so much control over you. You forgot her name. Sounds like my kind of woman.
Yeah. Apparently.
What is this with the airlock? Jesus Christ.
I know.
Never go with Ian in a shuttle, folks, or any kind of spaceship. But Jessie is the name. Thank you.
Jessie Faden. Yeah, is her name. Yeah.
Faden. Okay.
Faden. Yeah.
Fade in. That's the first words we always type in a screenplay. Fade in.
Yeah. Fade out.
All right, folks. So again, video games of the year. What did you have?
I had Persona 5 Strikers, sequel to Persona 5. I had Spider-Man Miles Morales, sequel to Spider-Man. I guess I'll just have sequels. And Control, which is the last game I talked about. Yeah.
And I had Tales of Arise, Scarlet Nexus, and Forza Horizon 5. All right, cool. All right, folks, there you go. We did movies, we did TV, we did video games. Best of 2021. That's what we're doing here. Thank you for watching. Hope your New Year celebrations are going good. He went to charm school that was run by Ming the Merciless. Oh, another Flash Gordon reference. Flash Gordon, I got to remember that.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. All right, now we're going to we've got some different categories now. Sure. Most pleasant surprise of the year. This could be literally anything, pretty much. I mean, ideally, somewhat entertainment based, but it'd be like a movie, a show, a game, a book, something maybe, you didn't think was going to be that great, but you're like, oh, that was actually pretty good, What do you got?
Well, this one is because Martha forced me to watch this, and I was not interested at all in it, and I found it very charming. No, maybe. Maybe not. I don't think I mentioned it. Oh no, that one she hasn't even watched that yet. I watched it.
Oh, you said you watched it for her.
I did watch it for her. I did because she wants to watch it, and she never ended up watching it. So I'm guessing she's gonna watch streaming. But no, she made me watch a movie called Ron's Gone Wrong. It's an animated film.
Well, that looks cute.
Yeah, it's an animated film about a little robot that becomes your best friend. Your best friend out of the box is the kind of the little tagline for the toy, and I wasn't interested. I didn't care. I didn't know why I was going to watch this, but I was very pleasantly surprised how entertaining and funny it was. And most surprising was that the voice of the robot was Zach Galifianakis, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. Oh wow, good for him. Like he's branching out, but normally he's more weird than that, and it was fun to see him as the robot. But yeah, Ron's Gone Wrong was probably my biggest pleasant surprise. I was expecting to just kind of be bored, and I was really entertained.
Is that on HBO Max or somewhere else?
That I do not know. I don't know where it's streaming.
It's not a Disney Plus. I thought it was actually, but it's not.
I don't believe it's a DreamWorks movie. I think. Yeah. I don't think it's a Disney.
It's streaming somewhere though. I don't know if it was HBO Max or somewhere else. I saw it. All right, there you go. Ron goes wrong. Ron's gone wrong. Ron's gone wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, folks. You can put your something you were pleasantly surprised with this past year in the chat or in the comments if you're watching in post. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
So mine. This is a movie I wasn't going to watch. Thought it was going to be terrible. I only watched it because I signed up for the Regal Unlimited plan.
What is Disney? Okay,
well,
thank you, Tammy.
is it?
I guess it is. I thought it
I
was
could have
something else.
sworn I didn't see it on Disney Plus. Wow, huh?
Huh, I'll have to check.
Because I thought it usually was. Then I thought I was surprised. Anyway. Scorpio says old. I'd given up on M. Night Shyamalan, but ended up really liking that. Okay.
Nice.
There we go.
All right, cool.
Thanks for the choice. Anyway, but I got the thing where I can see as many movies as I want. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm going to see it. I'm going to get my money out of this, right? And the movie is Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Okay. Yeah, that's also a pleasant surprise. You're right. Like I said,
it was really absolutely a pleasant surprise because I thought it was going to be god awful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying it's amazing, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. I actually kind of dug it. Like, honestly, I've seen a bunch of movies recently, and it was weird. I think I kind of got the most fun out of watching that one, even though there's bigger movies that I've seen.
Well,
you know?
yeah, my review was like, it's bad, but it's so bad it's good. Like, because
I actually like it better than you. I think because I don't think it's so bad it's good. I actually think it's just a decent movie.
Well, again, I was already turned off. So the first 5 minutes of the movie, I'm turned off.
You warned me about that. I don't think it's as bad as you.
That turned me off.
So what? So he's giving some exposition. Who cares? It's not that long, and then they hit the person, and then
but it's
there you
so
go.
Lazy. It made me hate it immediately because I'm like, oh no.
Oh, please. If that's the only thing about it.
Well, no, but there's more.
I mean, for me, if that's I know, but that's not going to bother me. Yeah. But again, if you go in, I had to go in again, kind of like the Bebop thing. I love the Resident Evil games. I love Jill Valentine. But if you go in just saying, these are not the characters I know, these are different versions of them, just have fun with it as like a kind of a reboot, I did. I actually really liked Hannah John Kamen as Jill, even though it's a different Jill. Ant-Man and the Wasp was on earlier today on TV, and she was great as a ghost, right? Is that what she called or something? Or whatever her name is in that. All right. Yes, Ian, thank you for all your comments and for joining us. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
But yeah, you know what? It's I don't know. Like I was actually interested in what was happening in that movie, like the whole time, pretty much. And again, they did some great, huh?
You kind of know what's going to happen if you played the games. You kind of know.
Well, yes and no, but I mean, they're combining kind of two different games, right? And they are doing some different stuff with it. Yeah. But I did appreciate like we talked about, I think, right? The mansion looks exactly like the games.
Oh yeah.
Their stuff, they just like the Jill sandwich, the corny line they worked in. I appreciated that stuff, right? I appreciate that. Like this is the first movie that actually really did try to get something super accurate.
Missing the one line that would have given it over the moon.
Master of Unlocking.
You're
right. Then it really would have been like #1 movie, obviously.
I kind of would have actually. I think I would have put it in my best movies
3.
Just for that. I'm not joking. Like, because you gotta, if you're gonna go in, you go all in. So, we'll see.
And they did have a key at some point too, didn't they?
They did. So my other favorite part is
because
they had to find a way to get to the mansion from a school, from an orphanage, and this one character who's brand new to made specifically for this movie, hands, not Jill, hands Claire, a set of keys, each one with a different card face on it, which is usually meant to be like, oh, you have to look for those things in the room, right? Because the card face goes with like a particular lock. No, whatever. It just was a random lock on a wall.
Listen, they don't have time for that.
I know.
They gotta just move the movie along. Come on.
I was just like, come on, you set it up. There's keys with different you're doing the thing that's in the game, and you're like, no, just
that's what bothers me.
No, but I love that. I just love that. I'm like, oh, okay, fine.
Anyway, I actually thought it was it was kind of fun. Again, not amazing, but dude, again, I wish it did better because I would totally watch the sequel they had set up to it, which is never going to happen probably. But there you go, Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. Very pleasant surprise. Best surprise of the year was sea shanties on TikTok.
100% with you, Tammy. I was obsessed with sea shanties on TikTok.
So that became a big thing, right, this year?
It did in a very small. It was very big for a very small number of people, because for some reason, for I don't know, it had to have been months. They just started, a bunch of TikTokers just started doing sea shanties on TikTok. They're just singing sea shanties, and it was amazing. Like sea shanties are actually really catchy and were fun to listen to. I kind of wish they were professionally produced, but it's just them talking, singing on their phones.
Were they sea shanties they found, or they made them up?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. So some were like actual old sea shanties, and some were like based off of like things that were happening in the world or whatever, which were less impressive. But the older ones, like, oh my god, like I didn't know that was a thing that existed. That's amazing. So sea shanties for the win.
All right, cool. You know what? Actually, I guess I'll also say pleasant surprise was MCU movies and Eternals, because I didn't think I was going to love Eternals like that. Not even close. So that was a very pleasant surprise that I actually found 2 Marvel movies that I loved this year.
Oh yeah. That's definitely a pleasant surprise.
In the UK, the first sea shanty even became a #1 hit. I think she's saying.
Wow! Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Next gen sea shanty was my favorite. Oh, all right.
Yeah. I think you sang that. I think you sent that to me or us on Twitter.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna have to look that up because I haven't heard any of these sea shanties. That'll be a game we do sometime, right? Super geeky sea shanties.
Oh hell no, that's hard. That's hard. Oh man.
All right. Any other pleasant surprises?
I mean, just in general, I was surprised how much better this year was in relation to the previous year. Obviously, like a lot of people, this is more of an existential level, but a lot of people are still kind of not ready yet. But that's fine. Me, for instance, I just got to see Martha a lot more this year, so that made me happy, and so that was a pleasant surprise for that to kind of balloon into a thing.
But getting back out to, at least for me and you, getting back out to theaters again. And
going back to theaters, you went out to conventions, like things.
Yeah, Dragon Con. Oh, that's right. That
there's another pleasant surprise right there.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a surprise because I knew it was going to happen, but I was pretty sure it was. But but you're right. That was a fantastic, very welcoming thing. That's the best thing of the year, actually. That I got to go to Dragon Con in person.
Yeah, exactly. So there's things like that, My my pleasant surprise was I actually did get my international travel in this year, which I normally, now that I've been doing like regularly, at least once a year, I've been traveling international. A wedding in Gibraltar 2 years ago. I went to Ireland a couple years before that. I went to Japan, a couple years ago. Like, so I've been traveling a lot internationally. And I traveled internationally again, even though people won't say it is because it's Mexico, but it's still international. Mexico is still international.
Yeah, it is. It's like saying from where I am, like going to Canada. It's not really, but
that's international. I mean, even if it's to like Toronto, it's still international.
Sort of, right?
I guess you have to go to
Quebec technically, yes, it is, but I get what you're saying because they're so close. That's why people say that. Yeah, but sure, it is.
It's like we went to international technically. We went to Tijuana. So.
Well, yes, even though we just took a little trolley, 20 minutes, and walked across the border.
But that's still, I mean, I even like people in Europe, even though like they're all side by side, these big countries, Germany to like whatever the neighboring country is still international, right?
We got a lot of neighbors.
Yeah, they got a lot of international neighbors. We just happen to have two on our side.
Well, that's why Europe's cool. You could get to so many different countries easily.
I love that. Yeah, love that.
By the way, you know where Tijuana is also in? Cowboy Bebop.
What?
I said Tijuana is also in Cowboy Bebop. New Tijuana.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, New Tijuana. That was the episode that we saw. Yeah,
that's
one of the episodes we saw. Actually. Yeah, first episode is New Tijuana, and they calling it TJ,
which is what some locals do too. Actually.
Yeah, I was like,
he's like, because Spike's like, I hate TJ.
I was like, oh, okay.
Chess says Star Shanties. Oh,
yeah,
so like
the
about
Star Wars
these.
Shanties.
Oh, they're Star. Is that what that is?
Star Trek Shanties. Right?
Oh, yeah. I want to see those or listen to those. Yeah. Oh, Tim, you should totally get a passport. They're good for 10 years.
Well, wait, were you in the service? Did you go been international, right? Must have.
Well, that's gonna be interesting to hear if she did. I mean, she could have been just stationed here,
locally,
around the U.S. I know she's been different places around the U.S.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. All right. So that's our pleasant surprises. Now we have our not so pleasant things. Biggest disappointment of the year. Again, I'm thinking more like entertainment wise. I know folks.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't want to get so much into the others.
No, we don't. I'm not touching any of that business.
Yeah. What was one of your? It doesn't have to be. I don't have really have a huge disappointment. Just like a kind of a somewhat disappointment. But what do you have?
I mean, I think it's a huge disappointment for me. Matrix
I knew you were gonna say that.
Resurrections. I mean, well, as
Well, just
much
because
as
you
people,
mentioned it the other day, yeah.
yeah, as much as I mean, look, when you see three movies of varying quality, but of a very specific vision, done almost back to back to back, right? Because even the Matrix 2 and 3 came out the same year, 6 months apart, right? So when you see those movies back to back to back, hello Pierre, happy end of 2021. Um,
Yeah. Hi, Pierre. Thank you for joining our year-end show.
but man, when they kind of stray from that vision and do something fairly different, not enough to make it interesting. It's like, oh, man, I was really hoping it'd be at least interesting. And to me, as much as I enjoyed kind of the societal message or whatever, it wasn't that interesting. Like I didn't find it as interesting as I was hoping it'd be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. The movie's only okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked many times about how groundbreaking the original Matrix is.
Yeah.
2 and 3, I think, are not good movies,
No.
particularly good. I mean, originally I had no interest in seeing this because I was like, oh, it's just gonna be another crappy Matrix. But after seeing the trailer, I got super excited. I was like, this looks
Same.
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of a disappointment just because from the trailers I was really hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't really say it was a huge disappointment because it's still an okay movie. And I don't think anything was going to be like the original Matrix, right? So, and it was still nice to see Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss again. And I really like Jessica Henwick, so it was cool seeing her. So, I still got to see some cool things.
I just, some reviewers touted it as the last Jedi of Matrix movies.
Because it's very divisive.
No, this was before they found out it was divisive. It was more like they're changing it up, like they're really making it different. They're making it like they're subverting expectations, and I'm like, they didn't really do that. Like really. I expected something out of the ordinary, and I'm like, no, it's more of the same, really, with a little bit of something different. But it wasn't that. It wasn't so groundbreaking. You're right.
I don't. Well, I don't want to mention. I have some questions about that movie, but I don't want to ruin anything for people. So because it just came out, so we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Scorpio was really looking forward to Boss Level because I love time loop movies, but what a bland action movie.
I've never heard of Boss Level. I want to watch Boss Level.
Huh.
Just because it sounds cool.
Where'd it come out on Scorpio? Yeah, that sounds. I like time loop things too.
Yeah, Looper.
Looper's a good movie.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson there. You just mentioned The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So, somewhat of a disappointment, and it's really too early to say this because there's only one episode out. But the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, the one that Josh was talking about earlier. Yeah.
Yeah. So Wednesday, the first episode came out. And so obviously, folks, I'm going to watch the entire series before I make my verdict. It's interesting. There was this one article I read either yesterday or today saying that this guy said the Book of Boba Fett was the worst thing he's ever seen. It makes him never want to watch Star Wars again. He was going nuts on it.
Wow.
Now, and he had some legitimate points about things that maybe not worked, but way too crazy. Not particularly for the first episode. Come on. So, it's on Hulu, Boss Level.
Okay.
All right. Oh no, Tammy! I didn't know this. Oh, Netflix, you've screwed me again. No season 2 for Julie and the Phantoms. That's not as bad as Cowboy Bebop, but I did really. Julie and Phantoms was a very, very nice show, very good family show, but a lot of fun too. Netflix is the fucking worst, man. New Fox, but Netflix is new Fox. They fucking cancel everything.
Yeah, Netflix is pretty well. I don't know. I don't understand why Netflix feels the need to just throw as much content at you as possible, as opposed to be like.
Well, because they have to constantly, because they release everything, right? Most things can let go months go by and have a show released weekly, right? But they can't because they dump it all at once and everybody watches it, so they have to constantly just throw out things again and again. and not all of it's going to stick, right?
Yeah, they could change their methods every once in a while. They'll be okay.
They could. I think it'd be better if they did.
Yeah.
But I don't see any time of them doing that.
No,
like pretty much most other streaming things actually are not doing that.
And I think that's why they do it, though, because more and more streaming services, like, again, Prime did Wheel of Time weekly. Disney Plus does their shows weekly. Hulu does their shows weekly.
HBO Max depending. Sometimes they do a hybrid.
Yeah.
Which is what Netflix actually did with Arcane, right?
They did
3 and 3.
Yeah.
So that is actually, they did try something a little different there.
Which, with the success of that show, you'd think, now I guess we should.
Cool. I think that's not a bad idea either.
Yeah.
Doing like 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah. I think so too. I think that's great. Because then you at least some of that anticipation gets satiated, and then they can just kind of, okay, we're ready for next week. Okay. Right, yeah.
All right. Anyway, that sucks, Tammy. But so Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was really excited for this because The Mandalorian was great, and even though I had reservations, I thought Boba Fett was a character like he's great when you don't know much about him, right? And he won't, but he actually worked in Mandalorian. I thought I was actually really interested in him.
Oh, he was still a mystery in Mandalorian for the most part.
Yeah, but he actually talks a decent amount. Like I think somebody, like the article I read, like he has 4 lines in Empire and in Jedi or something. Yeah. Like he barely, you really he's an enigma. So, I mean, like this. Here's the thing. This is not really. I'm not going to really spoil things, folks. But half of this episode takes place in the past, showing like how he survived, and the other half is in his present. The present stuff is interesting. The past, I really don't fucking give a shit about how he escaped the Sarlacc, because that's kind of ridiculous anyway, that whole concept. Or what happens to him after that. Like, I wish they just skipped all that and let's just go forward, please. So like half of it I liked, and half of it wasn't necessarily terrible, but it wasn't as interesting to me. And it also just felt, I don't know, it was kind of a weird way to go with it. Jon Favreau wrote it, Robert Rodriguez directed it. It felt like kind of just flatter than The Mandalorian, like not as vibrant, or like, I don't know, it felt like it wasn't just the same really team behind it, even though it was. And Filoni also and Favreau producing this.
Well, maybe it's just because they're doing that whole like, okay, I bet people want to know what happened. We'll just give it to them real quick. I feel like they felt obligated to do it because people are going to be like, well, how did you do it? What happened? Why don't you tell us what happened to him?
Yeah, see, I'm like, no, okay, I get it. He escaped. Great. Fine. Done.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I feel it might be one of these things where the flashbacks are every episode. Like,
why though?
Maybe not, but it's definitely going to continue, I feel, the way they ended episode 1 past that.
So this is Arrow seasons 1 through 5.
Maybe not. I don't know for sure, right? Yeah, both. That's like, I spent 5 months in hell in the Sarlacc's belly.
And I get out, and now I'm something else. I'm someone else. Something else. And I have to cross them. I have my list of huts I need to eliminate. Oh no!
Now, see, if that was it, I would have loved it. Actually, if that's what.
Oh, I'd love it. I would love that. Yeah, you're right.
Somebody's got to. We should do like a little. We should cut a little promo like that, doing like the Arrow voiceover.
Arrow, Boba Fett. So, is it pronounced Boba or Baba?
Boba Fett. Okay. Like your boba tea you might drink.
Yeah.
Who? I've never heard anybody. Who says Baba?
Baba. Yeah.
Baba. What the hell is like Baba Yaga?
Yeah, Baba Yaga. Yeah.
Which is in The Witcher, by the way, or at least their version of Baba Yaga.
That's the name of.
Sorry, that doesn't really spell anything.
It's the name of John Wick.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah, that's what they called him in the first movie. Like,
they call him after like the witch.
Yeah, well, they called him the Boogeyman, and they're like the Baba Yaga, the Boogeyman.
No, it's Boba Fett.
The Boba Fett.
Because like I'm actually interested in seeing him like taking over for Jabba, right, and like that kind of deal.
I just can't wait for the flashbacks to Jango. You know.
Oh, we already saw one.
You saw a flashback to Jango Fett?
Well, we see they show the footage from Attack of the Clones where young Boba picks up the helmet after.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah. So yeah. Again, I'm still hopeful that the show is going to be good overall. But a little disappointed.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Best older thing discovered this year. So what I mean by that is, again, something that came out before 2021, but you first watched it or read it or played it this year. Which I think we all have plenty of stuff that happens every year. What do you got?
Well, I mean, I guess I kind of mentioned it with Control as one of my favorite best video games, because that one was from 2019. So I guess that's an old thing, but that's not. I don't feel like that's old enough. So I'll just say, the anime Cowboy Bebop, because that's when I watched the entire series this year. So I didn't watch it previously, and so yeah, I was introduced to something from the 90s.
Yeah, 1999.
Yeah.
When did the movie come out? A couple years later, 2001 or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like that. I have the box somewhere.
You said the movie is kind of like somewhere in the middle of the series.
Yeah, I don't know why.
What a weird thing to do.
You know what's funny is they do that for a lot of anime. Like, there's a lot of anime where they just do a movie that's like doesn't have any. I think it's because they don't want you to feel like you have to watch the movie to understand what's happening in the anime, right? So they're just like, oh, you may never watch this movie. We don't know. So just watch the, we're just going to make it like this one-off that's fun and cool and entertaining, but it's not going to have a real impact on the overall storyline because we don't know where you are in the storyline. We don't know what you're doing. So, yeah, it's weird. It's weird that they do that, but yeah.
Colony Scorpio says, I haven't seen that show.
Colony, I don't know.
Sci-fi show, right?
I guess so. I don't know.
I've never heard not a sci-fi network necessarily, but a science fiction show. I mean, Tammy, by the way, says Supernatural was my cross to bear this year. I watched all 15 seasons. Wow, that's impressive. All in one year.
And I thought Marx was dedicated to the entire.
Well, he is rewatching all of it because he does every month. Like for DragonCon, he does a show about where we talk about the seasons.
Yeah, but wow, you watched it all in a year though. Marx has like at least once a week he can watch an episode. You have to watch. That's 52 episodes. That's not 300 or whatever.
Well, and they did I think 22 season episodes.
They did.
22, yeah. So 300 360?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
You know what?
That's okay.
See, that's awesome though. Like if you discover a series that you love that much that has that many seasons, how awesome is that, right?
I know,
like,
you're excited.
I'm just happy, like because there's so many animes, because I have Funimation now that I only have one season. When I find one that has 4 seasons, I'm like, oh, this is great. I can actually watch this for a while.
I did that with Fringe when I saw Fringe after it kind of went off the air, and I just binged that 5-season 100-episode story arc because I was told about it at work. A coworker was like, you got to watch this show, it's amazing. And I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, it is. I love this show. This is incredible. I had the theme song as my ringtone for a really long time.
Tammy says yay insomnia. Okay, well, there you go.
that can do it for you. Yeah.
All right, so let's see, you can also tell us, folks, what other things you discovered this year. It could be movie, TV, book, game, whatever. I got a couple. My first one is an anime, because I've gotten back into watching some anime now, as I used to do a lot of. I mentioned this to you, and I don't care. I love the show, High School D&D.
Yeah, I know very little about it. I just know of its existence more or less than I know about anything about it, really.
There's 4 seasons. I think the last one came out in 2016. I'm on the 3rd season now. All right, so listen, they put it under the fan service category because
a lot of.
I'm going to be right out. There's a lot of gratuitous nudity in this show, but the thing is, the characters are actually really good, and the story is really interesting. Like I actually care about these characters, and it's actually a good story. And listen, I'm not going to say no to hot ladies being naked either.
Well,
there's actually no sex. There's just like nudity.
Well, you watch that one College Girls Have Sex All the Time TV show or whatever it's called.
I love that. That's the Sex Lives of College Girls.
Sex Lives of College. Yeah.
But that's actually, that's an HBO Max live action show.
Yeah.
And there's actually not that much nudity in that show, really, to be honest with you. I know it sounds like, right? There's gonna be like sex all the time.
Yeah, it says Sex Lives. No,
I know. That was their original title: College Girls Having Sex All the Time. which probably actually would have a lot more nudity and sex.
I think it would. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it would.
that'll be their spin-off show. Uh, yeah, but it's about this high school kid, Issei, who's, I mean, listen, the guy's a pervert, but as many anime characters
Yeah,
are.
that's kind of a gimmick in the anime.
But he's also got a good heart, and he's a good friend. And he winds up becoming a devil. There's angels and devils and fallen angels. And so this beautiful girl is the head like devil at the school, and she turns him into a devil. But they look normal, except they can sprout wings, basically.
Okay.
And they have different powers. And in a way, it basically kind of becomes a harem series because like a lot of the girls wound up falling for him. And I don't usually like harem series, but I don't know, man. It's fun and it's very humorous. It's a lot of funny stuff, particularly when he gets getting close, right? Which is a lot of anime thing. He gets very close to having sex, but he never actually has sex with them. But he just gets to see him naked a lot. Anyway, I don't know. It's a fun series. It's a good story, and I like the characters. And it's great. Voice acting is great in it.
I would love to introduce someone who's never seen, because those are the types of anime where like there's a lot of this unexplained phenomena, like the harem, like the nose bleeding, right? Because everyone's nose bleeding.
Oh yeah, he does. He gets nosebleed when he gets like horny, I guess sometimes.
Which is very cultural. That's a cultural thing, right? That's how they represent
that. So what? Hang on. Why does Japan represent it that way?
Because they can't show an erection.
Well, I know they don't. Yeah. So one thing in this show, like, well, you don't really see male nudity, but they always have like the hair or something covering the vagina, right? Yeah. But I know even in a porn, and they fuzz out the vagina or the dick. They pixelate it, right? Because that's I guess a censor thing, right? They're not allowed to show that.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a lot of like as Japan's horny. Like Japan's a horny country.
So the nosebleed is supposed to represent, oh, this guy's got a boner.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because they have no other way.
Or he's got a bonaire. Legionnaire bonaire.
For good callback. I like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of their visual representation because they can't really show it any other way.
Well, you could see it within the pants. They could show that.
They can, but they don't though. Notice that they don't.
You're right. They don't usually.
They have a tendency to avoid that unless it's straight up hentai. If it's straight up hentai, then yeah, they're going to show that stuff. But when it's more of like, and again, what's funny, like they have this weird thing about nudity in anime because a lot of anime, there's no age gear. There's not geared towards a particular age. It's just like for everyone, sort of, and they just throw nudity in like the weirdest cartoons. It's like, hey, here's a naked people, enjoy. So yeah, it's interesting. It's weird, but that's Japanese animation for you.
It's interesting. I thought more of them would have. A lot of the ones under fan service actually don't have nudity. They just have, of course, tons of panty shots.
Yeah, that's
another cultural thing, right?
Very cultural because everyone wears. Even nowadays in modern like Japan society, they're wearing dresses. Everyone is. All women are really wearing dresses, skirts. It's a very formal. Martha and I like to watch videos of walkthroughs of Japan because we miss it so much, and we'll just see women. Like she just loves how the women are dressed in Japan. They're very formal. Very few people wear tights or like graphic clothing. It's a very like. It looks just good. They're fashionable. They're just fashionable.
Really? But are they wearing? Do this in high schools? Do they wear those like uniforms and those short?
They
skirts?
do. Yes, they do. Yes, having been there and seen it myself, they all like everyone wears uniform with the collared button-down shirt, and the girls wear the little skirts with the plaid, or whatever.
The plaid. I do like the plaid skirts, but yeah, man, they love those up the skirt panty shots.
Probably because it does actually happen. That's probably a thing that actually happens rather a lot over there.
What, guys leering at girls' panties?
Yeah, that's a problem over there. But yeah, it's a problem over there. But at the same time, it's weirdly part of the culture. Like it's weirdly just kind of part of that environment. And it's a weird dichotomy when you're a foreigner in this place, and that's kind of something that because there's maid cafes, right? And so
tell me about those.
So there's women out in front in their little skirts, trying to sell you into the maid cafe, and the purpose of the maid cafe is again to be enticing and to be like, oh, I'm going to bend over and pick this thing up or whatever, right?
But they don't do any sexual things.
No,
to you, right? Yeah.
They just no, what they do is you can eat with they can eat with you if you want,
And they
or
chat
can,
with you. And...
They chat with you and stuff. And there's also like host and hostess cafes where you pay you buy food and drink to hang out with women in various arrays of clothing and dress in that similar style, and then you and that's a little more flirty and a little more sexual. But yeah, it's just a weird, just a very interesting society and very weird.
Oh no, I mean, obviously it's very different culturally.
Yeah,
because you will find like nudity, right, and all this talk about sex. I find it strange that they won't show like the penis or vagina, but you're right, they don't. So it is very interesting. It's
it's very taboo, very taboo. And they have manga, right, that's geared towards like the LGBT community, and there's a lot of nudity in that, but nudity where things are covered. It's like, well, okay. It's just weird. It's just like, all right, I get it. Y'all want to have sex. They have hotels specifically, and it's advertised as, hey, we pay per hour. Come in, have sex in our hotels. They're called love hotels. They exist. This is a thing you can stay at. They're actually cheaper than regular hotels. Anyway.
Well, yeah, because you're only there for an hour.
But you can even, if you do like several day stay, it's actually cheaper than
cheaper.
Yeah. But then
I guess you got to listen to the walls banging next to you, right?
Yeah, and the digital menus have like, oh, here's a dildo. Oh, here's a condom. Oh, okay.
Wait, digital menu. Where do you get this from though? Is there a vending machine or something?
So there are also vending machines.
Do somebody bring it to you? The bellhop brings it to you.
So what they do to
hey sir, here's your vibrator.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to actually tell you something I know about this thing here. So the love hotels are specifically made so that you never see the staff. You get a ticket on a vending machine to get your room, whichever room is available. They give you a little ticket, and then when you get there, you can actually order food, drinks, karaoke, whatever. You can like do a bunch of stuff, and you can actually get like cosplay costumes, little sexy lingerie, whatever. You can rent it and stuff, and you can like some of them have a little like a gotcha machine sort of where it has like little windows in each thing. There's a thing in each window. One's a vibrator, one's like condoms, one's like lube and everything. And you pick from a little menu on the screen, and you pay with your credit card, and you just buy, the little things there. Or if you need a costume, what they do is they put it on a cart and your food and stuff. They put it in a cart at your door, and they run away. You never see them. You never see the staff. They just run away. You open the door. There's all your stuff, and then you can do it for whatever you need to do at your little love hotel room.
So wait, when you check in, what does it just tell you like what room to go to? Because
exactly. So they'll have like a little map of the hotel and like, oh, these are the rooms that are available. Which one do you want? And they're themed. Some of them are themed. So do you want the room that's like more BDSM themed, or do you want the room that's more like fantasy themed, or do you want so you can get some themed rooms, right? It's pretty.
The gotcha thing, you're saying you could actually like take the dildo would come out right there. You would just take it from this machine.
Take it from the machine. It just opens up a little door, and you get.
Or they'll deliver it to you on a cart, and then they run away.
Exactly. Yeah. Because you're never. Do you
have a thing in your room where you can order things from your room?
Yes. So on the how when you have like a pay-per-view, like at hotel room when you go on the TV, they have the menu for like pay-per-view TV or whatever. That's now just for food and stuff, like for food and accessories. You just order it from that window. You have to be able to read Japanese, of course, but it's there. That's the only problem is like you have to be able to read Japanese, but it's there. Everything you want, including porn, if you want to watch porn, it's there. So when you see
want to watch Flesh
out,
Gordon,
right? You want to see Flesh Gordon blurred out, and if you want to see the real thing, you just turn to your left. There you go. Anyway, there you go. So love hotels. Happy 22 days.
Yeah, there you go. Love hotels. That's what we want to do in 2022. I wonder if some kids growing up in Japan, if they've only seen these blurred out things, is it really weird when they see like, well, no, because they see their own thing, obviously.
Yeah.
But maybe what about the opposite sex? If they've never, if they've only seen blurred out, and then the first time they're like, oh, is it like a shock to see what it really looks like?
Yes. I'd be like, oh, it's not pixely. Like, oh.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they're surprised. Yeah.
Well, Ian mentioned this earlier, Scorpio. It's apparently it's a 70s porn parody of Flash Gordon, which I very much want to watch now.
Yeah.
Because Flash Gordon could very well have gone. It didn't actually go very sexy, but it could have with that princess.
It had
and
the
how she
elements
was,
for sure. Yeah.
it was told. I thought it would go more actually than it did.
Mm-hmm.
Norbert said he's discovered in 2021. Really don't regret the Robonic Stooges, the Three Stooges, bionic superheroes in the 70s. Wow, amazing.
All right. I'm a fan. I like that. I didn't.
Yeah. All right, so here's another thing I want to mention that I discovered this year, and that's actually a book series. This is I'm on the second one of the book, but this
A Bond Undone.
But the series is Legends of the Condor Heroes by Jin Yong. So 300 million copies sold.
Ooh.
So this is one of the most well-known, I guess. He's one of the most famous Chinese authors, or most well-read Chinese authors. This is a 4-book series, a wuxia. I don't have problems pronouncing that series. So basically, all about martial heroes, and if you've seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, think that kind of element. So it's set in like 1205, I think, early 1200s China. AD, and it's basically just about all these different martial arts heroes and battling villains and all different styles of martial arts or kung fu, obviously, and it's at first I thought it's like it's written not really the way most books today would be written, but once I got into it, I was like, oh, this is actually really good. I mean, and actually, like, he really blends in like all this like kind of twist and stuff later on, and things that come back like you're not expecting. And the characters are cool and fun, and the protagonists are very interesting. So yeah, I'm really digging it. And so yeah, it's basically martial arts novels, and it's fun to kind of see like because like he actually almost a lot of times he actually names the move, like like he performed I don't know, harvesting the moon or whatever it is, or something like, right, like all those kind of like, or the names of animals or something like.
Oh yeah, sure, like a tiger palm strike or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I wish I could find one right away, but yeah, I'm in the second one, and out of 5, once I got the first one, I just bought all 4 just so I have them. Right. It actually only came out. The first one in the English versions are pretty new. 2018 was the first copyright. I guess some of them came out 2020, some of the other ones. So it's not too old English wise. Then actually in the 50s is when the Chinese versions came out. 1950s is when he was writing these, and maybe the early 60s, I suppose. Yeah. So there you go. Legends of the Condor Heroes. A Hero Born, I believe, is the first one, which is over there. Yeah. A Hero Born. Yeah. Sorry, I had to look it up. So there you go. I actually found it at Barnes and Noble one day. They had it there, and then I ordered the other ones. Cool. You got any other things you discovered this year?
I'm trying to think of what else that I discovered this year that's from the past. Like I said, I haven't been doing too much discovering lately. I wish I'd have, because I just haven't. I don't know why I haven't had time to do. I just haven't gone around to a lot of stuff. I still have to watch a bunch of old shows that I know I need to watch, old movies that I said I would watch, like before. There's like this series of romantic movies called the Before series. There's a trilogy: Before Midnight, Before Sunset, or something like that. I forget what it's called, but it's a bunch of movies recommended by a fellow podcaster, and I'm like, oh, I should probably watch those. And it's just following a couple through different stages of their life and what happened to them, and whether they get together, whether they don't, and stuff like that. So I kind of have to watch that, but I'm behind on the
Before series. What's it on?
It's oh god, I don't know.
Or is it American? Is it foreign? Or
it's American. Here, I'm gonna get the information for you right now. It's so Before Sunrise is the first one with Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy are the two.
Oh, I know these movies. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 3 of them. About. Yeah.
Oh, is this Richard Linklater, or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I promise I'd watch.
There's 3 of them or 4 of them, you said?
There's 3 of them, starting with the 1995 Before Sunrise. So I'm interested because it was recommended, and I just haven't gotten around to it. So I have to watch that. And yeah, there's a bunch of other stuff I need to watch. But as for anything else, more books, especially ours.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
like, there's a bunch of books I need to read, especially ours. So like...
Then next year you can say, "Oh, I discovered this book called Dragons of a Different Tale."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
it came out last year.
And they'll be like, "Oh, there's something else I discovered from the '70s called Flesh Gordon."
Yeah, well, that's what I want to discover this year or in 2022.
Just don't put that on your profile.
What, Flesh Gordon?
Yeah, on your
my Facebook dating profile.
Must have watched Flesh Gordon.
Yes. If you don't like porn, swipe left.
Must love high school D&D.
D. Do you like pixelated dicks?
Mine's the most pixelated. God. Ribs for your pleasure.
Is your vagina hard to distinguish because of pixels?
Does your vagina look like a Jackson Pollock painting?
You're the woman for me.
You're the woman for me.
Scorpio says he's never seen Riverdale before this year, was temporarily obsessed with Camilla Mendes saying daddy.
Really? Oh, because she says that.
Who does she play?
She plays
Veronica?
No. The other one.
Betty?
Betty, yeah.
Oh, but it's weird. In the comics, Veronica would be more like they'll say daddy because she was always, rich and wanting him to give her stuff. And
Veronica is actually. Oh no, maybe you're right. I think
Betty.
Right. Yeah, she's Veronica. She's Veronica. Okay.
Did she say it like sexy or something?
She does. Well, she
shouldn't. It's her daddy. It's gross.
Well, maybe she says it to Archie.
Oh, she's like, oh yeah, you're my daddy, Archie.
Yeah, maybe.
Spank me, daddy.
Oh God, I don't.
When you're not too busy getting MMA fights.
Sadly,
sorry, I see these commercials for it. And I'm like, oh, this is so fucking ridiculous.
Well, I haven't seen it recently, so I don't know anymore.
Oh, you used to love it, right? That was you used to always bring it up.
And I want to watch it again because Sabrina's going to do a crossover with Riverdale, so I kind of want to rewatch
Josie and the Pussycats. They're in it, right?
They're already there, yeah. Josie and the Pussycats.
Katie Keene, that only lasted a season, right?
Yeah, And so did what's the other one?
Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew, yeah, that didn't last.
Did they try to put that in the same universe?
I think they were in the same universe because they had
because that has nothing to do with Archie in the real world,
but
she says it like 1,000 times. It's almost a meme, and it does sound sensual. Oh, daddy.
Well, she's the most sensual of the group, so good for you, Veronica. Good for you, Camila Mendes.
Well, that actually part makes sense from the comics.
Yeah,
because Betty was supposed to be the good girl,
and she's not. No, Betty's actually.
No, I know.
They made
in
her.
The comics, she is. In the comics, she's the sweet girl next door. The woo. I never really got the. No, and that's cool. If this is your thing, that's totally fine. I don't. The daddy thing never. Like, I don't want a girl to call me daddy. I'm like, please don't.
But everyone's different. Like, people want to get tired.
That's the thing. Yeah, everyone has their kinks, man. Totally. No kink shaming for sure. I mean, I know. Obviously, I told you guys I wrote erotica. I know an author. Her whole series is a daddy series, and it does really well. I mean, huge fan for it.
Well, the one. I love how we always go to this subject, but the one that's kind of making. Well, you may know, but yeah, like the mommy type.
What?
Of,
There's a mommy thing now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, younger guys calling.
Oh yeah.
Oh, like MILF's mommy.
Oh yeah.
That I had not known about actually. That's making rounds in erotica.
That's actually seems bigger than the daddy thing. Yeah.
Wow, I had not know about that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I know MILFs are always big, but I didn't know the mommy called mommy.
Yeah, I think it's evolved to that as a result. The cougar thing had kind of evolved it into that, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sugar mamas, sugar daddies. Yeah.
Mm.
Which I think is where it kind of originated anyway, was older individuals taking care of their younger proteges.
I would like it at one time just be where they actually just literally give them sugar, like they give them candy and cookies. They don't give them money.
It's like, I baked this for you. Here's your cake.
Yes.
Thanks.
Do you like these fresh baked chocolate chip cookies? Oh, yes, Mom.
Actually, yes, I do.
I would like that. I would like a woman who would bake me chocolate chip cookies.
Right?
I'm not gonna call her mommy, but
updating profile, must bake chocolate chip cookies.
yes.
Oh man.
Do you like being called mommy and baking chocolate chip cookies? And they're like, well, yeah, I have kids. I like my kids calling me.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, a lot of women on the profiles have kids, you know?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I'm just looking forward to the 2022 Facebook dating stories.
Over me?
Yeah. That's what I'm excited for. I actually kind of am. Like, I'm curious how that. I mean, obviously, with discretion, but still, I'm excited to see kind of where that leads.
With discretion, yes.
Yeah.
Would you like your story told online on Super Geeked Up? Put it on my profile.
Would you like to be a guest on my show? I'd love to talk about our dating experience.
Yes. Well, then we can have Martha on. We can do like a double date on the show.
I mean, sure, yeah. Well, but mine's a different story though. I'm already in the relationship. I'm not.
I know, but if I start dating the person,
I see.
We can do a double date.
Yeah.
8675309, of course, the famous Jenny song. 8675309. Is Jesse's girl? Oh, is now Stacy's mom.
I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Oh yeah, Stacy's mom has got it going on.
I love that song. Got it going on.
You missed the spot over there.
I love that part when they're mowing the lawn. Dude, that song is so good. Fountains of Wayne.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about, the video was cool that it had Rachel Hunter, which was a famous model in it as the MILF. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect them to pick the kids so young though. Like I felt the kids were too young.
That's actually what I expected.
I thought they were going to be like high schoolers, and they look like preteens to me, or like.
But that's where they're least. Because a lot of the song is nonsense, right? Like it's all kind of really weird infatuation, and by high school, it's because it wasn't more sexual in the song; it was just more attraction. So that made sense to me, and it was like overly simplified attraction.
But at one point, they talk about like how
she just had a towel on when she.
Yeah, but also like he wants to almost like kind of take the place of her husband or something.
Well, but that doesn't matter. I don't think that
it doesn't matter.
No, in the sense of, in fact, when you're a kid and you're infatuated, you're like, oh, I wish I could be that guy.
Yeah.
Or,
no, it's definitely like an infatuation song, sure. I know. I think that song's so fun, man.
It is a really fun.
It's just got a great hook too, and like a beat to it.
Oh, totally. Who knew? Who knew that would be a thing?
Hey, did you just discover Stacy's mom this year, anyone? I mean the song, not like you discovered.
Oh, okay. No, wait a minute. Here's an old thing I discovered this year. Not necessarily. I'm gonna say rediscovered, but the last month and a half or so, month or so, all I've been listening to is classical music.
Okay, like what do you mean by classical though?
Like Bach, Beethoven.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay, not classic rock, actually classical.
No, classical music, like classical.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
good.
And it's just like I don't know why. Like I don't know why I don't want to listen to pop music or anything, or even just like old music. It's just like I just randomly went on it. We have a local USC actually has a station that just dedicates itself to classical music, and I just put it on one day, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot how good classical music is, and I just rediscovered it again this year. And all I've been listening to on my drive to work and the drive home is classical music, and I've been loving it. Yeah,
that's cool. Nope, Tammy, definitely not. No shame of any kinks. Absolutely, folks. Whatever works for you, and if it doesn't hurt anyone, go for it.
Exactly.
Or if it hurts them within their BDSM,
right? If it's consensual,
if it's consensual, that's fine. But whatever works for you. We all have different things, man. Absolutely. And food is cool, man. I like the food. Some whipped cream, some strawberries. That's good stuff. Chocolate syrup.
I've always wanted to go to those sushi places where the sushi's on the naked bodies in the sushi restaurant.
Wait, do they really do that?
Yeah. There's video of it and everything.
In Japan?
No.
Here?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So like you take the sushi off the body?
So there's naked women. Their naked bits, their sexy bits are covered in sushi and whatever, and then you pick up the sushi and eat it, and you sit around, and they just lay there like they're real people. They just lay there staring up at the sky.
Don't their naked bit get revealed as you take the food?
Some of them do, yes. No, some of them do, yes. But sometimes they just have something over it, or whatever. But it's a little bit.
It's got a little special sauce on it.
I mean, I guess if they're into it, yeah. I guess
Getting excited.
if they're really excited by the fact of somebody eating food off of them. But,
I mean, I don't think. Well, yeah, some people might be excited.
yeah, it's a very interesting thing that existed for a while. I don't know if it still exists, but it did exist as of like 5 or 6
About
years
as
ago.
much time as the sea shanties on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Wait, if you ever get married, you plan on doing what for your bachelor party?
Wait, do you plan
Yeah,
on doing the sushi?
or the pain?
Both. Maybe you'll do the
Both, a little bit of
sushi,
both.
and then the girl, after she's eaten off of, she'll whip him.
Yeah.
Playing the Devo song "Whip It Good."
No, I hope not. If there's anything to take you out of the mood, it's that.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a good song for that.
No.
Oh, the sushi thing he means, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but it's not a Taco Bell job. Well, you're right. I wanna use the 3 seashells while I hear my sea shanties, while I have my sushi off the women.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
So it's just women. There's no guys.
Sometimes
Well,
those
you know what the
guys,
problem
yeah.
is? Because then the sushi would fling out in the air. And get excited,
How quick can you get?
and it could shoot it right into somebody's mouth.
I love how it's like those like Benihana places where they just like throw the food in your face and stuff.
How quick it? Well, look, some guys can probably get an erection super fast, man.
But so to the point where it flings.
Yeah. Listen, but the way the dick, if it's flaccid, it could go like "Yoop," like that, and it could
Yeah,
flick
but not
the thing.
so fast that it flings.
Listen, maybe they just took Viagra, or they just see a really hot woman or guy that they're attracted to.
That's true. No, that's a good point. Don't put your chopsticks there. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you gotta be careful of you're using chopsticks.
Exactly.
There's a gangster movie using that setting.
Yes.
I believe it is simply called Sushi Girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
I believe it is,
interesting.
Yeah.
So it's wow, the movie. So it's all is she the protagonist, the Sushi Girl?
I don't know.
Don't forget that the safe word is.
Is that
blah blah?
it looks like chicken bowling, but I'll take
It's
it.
almost like it's like a little Greekish almost too.
Oh, I was gonna say German, but yeah.
Sure. Okay. Maybe it's all different languages together. By the way, Tammy said earlier, I forgot. She has been all over the world through the military. I guess you don't need a passport when you're in the military. I guess because you were traveling through the military, obviously.
Yeah.
Under our ships, so it's not like you have to go through the airports. That's a tough safe word to remember, though, Tammy. All right. There we go. So we did best movies, best TV, video games, pleasant surprise, disappointing, and best older thing we discovered. There we go. We covered a lot of stuff for 2021. East Coast time, hour and 40 minutes away from midnight. A little bit more for the rest of you in the U.S. Some of you, of course, have already had it, like Scorpio and not Scorpio, sorry, but Craig and Ian, who were watching earlier. And in Australia, they had it like a long time ago, like probably.
Australia had it yesterday.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yesterday for us.
Yeah, yesterday for us. Yeah.
All right. So I don't know. Any other things you want to mention we didn't get to?
No, thanks everyone for spending your year with us and continuing to spend time with us here on Super Geeked Up. That's awesome that you're coming in and giving us a lot of fun feedback and conversation. And
yeah, you're the best super goopers around.
You're the best super goopers.
Wait, no, seriously. Actually, that is the best thing about 2021 is spending it with you guys. Good point,
There
Francis.
you go. Yeah.
We did a lot of shows this year, actually, and probably the most we've done in a long time. And it was great geeking out with all you guys and getting this extra one in too. So thank you guys so much for being awesome and geeky and supportive and listening to my Cowboy Bebop rants about how the show should still be going.
Let's see what other rants Jeff can come up with in 2022.
That's right. Well, hopefully I don't, because hopefully they won't cancel anything I love in 2022. So hopefully I don't have to.
Oh, they're gonna. That's the sad part is we know they're gonna continue to cancel stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Almost every year something gets canceled that I really like. Yeah. Watch Euro Trip. Is it fun, Tammy? It looks kind of dumb, but is it?
It is, but it's that early 2000s really dumb kind of, and it has Michelle Trachtenberg as the main character, which is fun.
Oh, Dawn from Buffy. I like Michelle Trachtenberg. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. If anything, watch it for her.
Now, hey, in the movie 17 again, she likes her daddy. because she's actually attracted to the when he becomes a 17 again. She doesn't know it's him. She got the hots for her father, and he's obviously trying to prevent that from
Well,
happening.
that's yeah. Well, that's Back to the Future all over again, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, on E they're doing a Back to the Future marathon, all three
Oh,
movies in a loop, which I
love
think
it.
is perfect for New Year's Eve, like a time travel movie. I think that's actually kind of cool
Yeah,
to
no,
show
I
those
agree.
for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, don't do the no, not Penny Marshall, the other guy, her dad,
Her brother,
or brother.
Gary Marshall,
Yeah,
right?
Gary Marshall. I think he did New Year's Eve, didn't he? In the
Oh,
vein of
I haven't seen the New Year's Eve movie. Yeah,
yeah, in vein of Valentine's Day and Love Actually and all that stuff.
he's done some. I like he's done some cool movies. I think he's fun.
Yeah.
So Back to the Future 3 was on as I was going to shower today. And in the shower, I was doing the like the hoedown music. Like the
Oh, where they twirled the banjo.
For that reason, I actually really like that song. Like I just think it's very appropriate for the scene.
It's a good song. Yeah, it's very I mean, the guy who did all the music for that, what's his name?
Huey Lewis for the first one.
No, no, no. Well, no,
I know. You mean the score.
I meant
You mean
the score, yeah. Because I think that's the same guy who did Avengers. I think that's the same dude who did all the Marvel. Does
Oh, is
all
it
the
really?
Marvel ones, yeah. But
I also like you can do it better than me, but I also love the run for fun. Can you do it here? You do it.
I can't do it. No, I can't do
I
it.
thought you've done it before.
No.
I just think that's the most hysterical the way that guy says that. But he's right. Why would running for fun does sound ridiculous to be honest?
It's
Like
dumb.
I was at the gym today earlier. I go I do the elliptical. I do the gym just to try to stay in shape. But I fucking don't like it. I don't like running for fun. I fucking hate running. Like
Well, it's because we don't. I mean, for centuries we did it as a means of transportation, and now we don't do it
or
anymore.
yes, or your job was like doing physical labor and stuff, right?
Yeah, and now it's all desk jobs and stuff.
Right, exactly.
We got to do
But
something.
that guy's reaction is perfect. Like, why the fuck would you run for fun?
Oh man,
Scotty, who's Scotty?
I think that's a quote from
Euro
Eurotrip.
Trip.
Yeah.
All right.
It's dumb fun, she says.
I didn't know
mean,
Kristen Crook was briefly in Euro Trip. Interesting. I like Kristen
Eurotrip
Crook.
is one of the more even to this day, despite how kind of quote unquote old it is, it's still lauded as a good teen comedy, as a fun teen comedy. So at least it lives up to it. It lives up to like that mentality. So give it a watch.
So Scorpio, yes, Scorpio. He said it before the show started. He got a promotion, which is congrats. That's awesome on his job, but it means he can't watch our normal show anymore because he's working at that time. So yeah, Scorpio, we're really gonna miss you, absolutely. But he said he can make the after hour, so that's good. We'll still see you weekly.
Yeah.
And now that you got a promotion, tell your boss, listen, I'm a big deal. Please schedule me not during Super Geeked Up, or else.
Or at least let me stream it at work.
Yeah, there you go. Let me show it to my coworkers, and they'll all fall in love
As we talk
with
about
this dynamic duo.
pixel tits and coming.
Pixelated. Did you say coming?
Yeah, you like when we
Coming
do
on sushi?
yeah, just like whenever we do night thongs,
Night thongs?
we're just like there you go.
Oh, Craig's still here. I thought he fell asleep. Hey, Craig. Oh yeah, Fiona. Oh, is that also from Eurotrip? What is?
I haven't
What
seen
are
it in
all
a
these
long
names?
time.
People are just giving me names. Scotty, Fiona.
I did watch Eurotrip, but it's been a while.
Maybe Kristen Crook plays Fiona in it because they're talking about that. Oh, that Chun-Li movie, man, with Kristen Crook. I so wish that was good. So bad. It's hard to say which one is worse. Although you like the. But is it you or is it? I think Scorpio does. Who is it? Do you like Street Fighter?
Well, I like it because it's bad.
Yeah.
Again, I like it because it's terrible.
Okay,
It's a so bad movie. Everything about it is bad. But that's what I like about it because.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, come on. American representation, the American character's representation is a Belgian guy, right?
Yeah. It is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It's like, come on.
I am a guy. I am. Wait.
It's like having
Wait, who is? Oh my God, I can't think. What's the name? Who does he play?
Guile.
Guile.
Yeah.
Guile or Gil in French.
Gil.
Gil.
And Kylie. Okay, look, Kylie Minogue.
Sonic a boom.
Kylie Minogue plays the appropriate British, version.
She's
of
Cammy, right?
Yeah, she's Cammy. Yeah.
That was kind of a strange because she
You know
wasn't really an
when
actress.
is Chun-Li,
That's good.
Yeah, which was good. And Raul, I mean, it's as fortunate as that was Raul Julia's final screen, time on screen. Yeah. I mean, it's so campy, but so great. Like he just chews that scenery up. Like it's like he was just hungry for it. I love that. I just love that idea.
I do appreciate a good scene chewer.
And that's him. Oh, that's so him.
Street Fighter was pretty offensively bad, Scorpio says, but I didn't hate Chun-Li.
Because go on, Raul Julia goes, but I guess you didn't see that. Oh, so funny.
Who does he say that to?
To Sagat, because Sagat has the eye patch.
Yeah. Kristen Crook played Fiona. That must be in Euro Trip. I hate Street Fighter 2, even though having the guy that played Liu Kang in the original Mortal Kombat couldn't save that film. That is true. He is like her mentor, kind of, in a way, in that film. In the Street Fighter Chun-Li movie. Oh, there we go. They mentioned it too.
Yeah, I love that they said the opposite.
Craig's the one who loves it. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just said the opposite. That's right.
He loves that fact. He hates that fact. Oh man, that's really funny. You guys. But yeah, Street Fighter. Go watch the anime, so at least you get the Chun-Li shower scene.
You will get a very extended Chun-Li shower scene. Speaking of nudity in anime, but I mean, and that's not that she's not hot. She's very Chun-Li's super hot, but that actually is a really. I think we've talked about this. This is a really good film, actually. Outside,
it is. It's really well done,
and the fight scenes are great, and they are right spot on to how their moves work in the games.
Yes, yeah, they add a little bit of realism to it. So yeah. Even though it's an anime.
Sorry, it's just that. It's funny just because how often they keep cutting back to the shower scene. Like they'll show something, they cut back to the shower.
Oh, well, yeah.
They're trying to create tension with
Vega.
Pretty boy. I hate Vega sneaking in. And then they keep cutting to her.
Yeah.
That is a really good fight, though, between them. Yeah.
She even does her bird kick to his face.
Spinning bird kick.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Yeah. Oh, and there's panty shots in there, too.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, she's in her underwear.
Panties on and a shirt or something.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. I think my favorite scene from that anime, if anyone remembers, is Ryu meets up with Fei Long early on. And Fei Long
he's the action star, right?
Yeah, he's the action star. And Fei Long tries to kick Ryu, but Ryu does that move where he crushes his ankle and stops him from kicking him, and he's like, oh. But it's just something I'd never seen before in anything live action or anime. I'm like, oh, that makes sense for Ryu's good. Like Ryu's really good.
Ryu's the best.
Yeah, he's the best.
I love Ryu. That's when the Street Fighter live action, Ryu and Ken are such knuckleheads, so stupid.
Where they're like
the fucking Two Stooges.
Yeah,
they're kind of like con artists or thieves, and they're bumbling around and what the fuck is who came up with this concept?
They're the main characters. It's
maybe
not
for Ken, but not for Ryu.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, Ken's more of the rich pretty boy, but
yeah, that's true.
Ryu was the serious, dedicated student.
He was the one he's the only one to make it. Him and Ken were the only two to make it from the original Street Fighter 1.
That's right. I think Chun-Li has been in every other game, but yeah, you're right. Those are the only two that were in there. Yes, I hated the guy that was in American Pie in the film, the cop sidekick. I know who you mean, Chris. I'm forgetting his last name right now.
Stifler.
No, it's not. No. That's not Stifler. It's the guy Stifler's friend on the lacrosse team who winds up singing in the choir in the first American Pie film.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
He goes by Oz in the film, American Pie film. Chris Allstriker, or Ozstriker, whatever they call him. So in that film, I agree. It's terrible. He's terrible. But I'm glad in Flash, he got to redeem himself as Cicada. I think he was really good
Cicada.
As Cicada.
Yeah.
Damn it, it's going to drive me nuts. Chris, what the fuck's his name?
Chris Kattan. No.
Chris Klein.
Chris Klein.
Chris Klein.
I was close. It had a K in it. Yeah.
So that made more of a problem of the terrible script and directing. Stifler's mom does have it going on.
I mean, technically very true. Very true.
Sorry. I love those American Pie movies. When he's having sex with her, oh, Stifler's mom.
Oh, man.
Oh, good old Finch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, can't
Surprising
take
how
it
yeah,
up.
I guess those are fairly that's an iconic film, I guess, right? That's technically
Ni-
an iconic film.
99.
Yeah.
Came out the same year as The Matrix, man. I watched both those in Chicago. It was
Oh
in
my
grad school.
god. Wow.
Same year as Cowboy Bebop. 99 was a good year.
99 was a good year. Get your
Party
wine
like it's
from that year.
1999. That's why Prince came up with the song. He knew.
Exactly. Get your wine from that year. Get your, get your famous your favorite alcohol from that year, because that seems to be the year that. I never got my. You know what? I didn't get what I was hoping to get for tonight. Even because I will be popping bottles by myself, but still I didn't get any sparkling
Champagne?
cider. No,
Oh.
well, no, I don't do the alcohol, but
Is it
sparkling
sparkling
cider.
cider doesn't have alcohol in it?
No, it's just apple juice.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just carbonated apple juice.
Oh, but it tastes. Do you like that? I think it tastes bad, like the sparkling stuff.
Oh, it's fine.
You
I don't
think-
I don't
okay.
I don't have an issue with it. No.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll just be drinking milk. That's what everybody should drink on New Year's, I think.
Yeah.
Chug down some nice milk.
Yeah. I have this. I can never remember the name of this milk that we have here. It's like $8 a glass milk. Like, it's really expensive milk, but it's the best milk I've ever had. So
All right. Well, next time you go, take.
I
A
have the
picture.
bottle here. Let me get the bottle real quick. Hold on
All
a
right, you
second.
get the bottle. I'm as the milk connoisseur.
Yeah.
I must know the connoisseur. Oh, we saw his lovely locks there, folks. Oh, he's got the bottle in his room. I
wasn't joking when I had it like right here.
thought you were gonna have to go to the kitchen. Why is it in your room? Were you chugging it in your
Well,
room?
I was hoping to take a picture of. So I don't know if you can see this, but it says "Merry Christmas 2021" on it.
I like that. Is that Santa Claus?
It's Santa Claus, and the name of the thing is. Let's see if you can get it. You can't. It's Broguieres, Broguieres, and this
Broguieres.
glass.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, this is like maybe it's not $8, it's like $7. A $7 bottle of chocolate milk.
But you can probably get a deposit back if you bring it back, right?
Yeah, well, maybe, but it's not for the bottle. It does say deposit bottle, please rinse and return. So
Yeah. A lot of times they charge you get $1 or $2 back if you bring the bottle back.
but still, it's.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
milk
keep
in
the
general
bottle.
is like $2 for a gallon, like $3 for a gallon. So this is double the price, even without the glass. But it's my favorite milk. It's my favorite type of milk. So.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, no, we got some awesome chocolate milk. You'll have to. Oh, it's Comic-Con. That's what you can bring at Comic-Con instead of a gallon of white milk. You can bring a bottle of that.
If it survives the flight, I mean, because I don't know if they have.
Oh, that never mind. You're right, because you would have to fly down,
Yeah.
and the glass would break probably.
Yeah.
Never mind. Do they sell it also in plastic or just glass?
No, it's just glass. Yeah, just glass.
Sell in a bag like in Mexico and Canada,
Yeah. Oh, come on, guys. Quality milk only comes in a bag,
right? Just like wine, right?
just like wine. And the wine comes in a box, which
The
has
box,
a bag.
the
But I
box,
know.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Party 1999 away and flew to Italy January 1st, 2000. Well, that's super cool.
Look, anytime I
Was
think.
that was it when you were in the military, Tammy? Interesting.
So you have been. So yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
she said she's been all over just while
Yeah.
she was in the military. I really want to go to Italy.
Yeah, Italy's great. I've never been, but I think I bet it's wonderful.
I bet it is too.
But anytime
And I
think
can
of
do my great Italian accent, and they will love it.
look, Jared Leto already butchered their accent. It's fine.
Now I
Yours-
want to watch the Gucci now and hear his amazing accent.
I joke. I kid you not. It is so wow. It's just like everyone else doing like a pretty convincing, fairly convincing Italian accent. Him just going all over the place. Y2K is all I have to say, though. Anytime I see the year 2000, Y2K.
Oh, it's so silly. Y2K.
It screwed up my. I was in college at the time, and it screwed up my semester. They couldn't get me the classes I wanted because there was a freaking bug in there.
Wait, there actually was a bug?
Yeah, there was like a weird it wasn't a bug, but their computers, I guess, couldn't handle the conversion to the year 2000. So I couldn't get classes. Everyone is having trouble getting classes that semester because their systems were just down, and we're like, and it was a phone-in system. You had to call in and put in your classes and whatever. And it just was down and I had 2 classes that year as opposed to the 5 I wanted to take, and they were like stupid ones like drama and dancing or something. I forgot what it was. Or
Wait,
not dancing. It was
later, didn't you get to sign up later for more than 2 classes?
No, they didn't fix it for that semester, so I was stuck. So it wasn't until the following semester that I could move on to something else.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was really dumb. It was really bad. There's a black eye to that university.
Oh, she was in Navy base in Naples for 2.5 weeks. That's really cool.
Ooh, very nice.
Nice place to be.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So thank you so much for spending part of your New Year's Eve with us. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all your comments.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. And if you're watching live or in post, we appreciate you guys. Remember, you know how you can kick your New Year's off, right? Go to patreon.com/supergeek. Sorry. Can't even say that with a straight face. But if you would like to support us, folks, you can go to patreon.com/supergeeked.
You want to kick your New Year's off right? Give us money.
Yes. Instead of spending it on alcohol, give it to us.
Yeah. You know what would really make yourself feel?
Well, you know what would make us feel good is if you.
Right.
Okay. I know some of you are in the chat already supporting us. Thank you so much for that. And if you would like to, any amount really helps us out. You can go there and you get extra bonuses like after hour show and special fandom, and also other cool stuff. And yeah, happy freaking New Year, everyone. Oh, there's Chaz also says it. Thank you guys so much. All right, cool. Oh, Tammy tells us yes, the first 2 digits were permanent. Interesting in the 1900s. All right, be a super gooper, cause that fref. There you go, Tammy.
Super gooper. Yeah,
That's yeah. Be a good super gooper for 2022.
Be a good.
All right, cool. Yeah, happy New Year, everybody. Stay safe. The rest of the night, and ring in 2022 the right way. I don't know. Do something geeky tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Goopy.
Do something geeky.
Do something goopy, like eat sushi off of a young lady or guy, and then geeky, like I don't know, play video games.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for tuning into our special episode. We will see you Wednesday. Oh my God.
Thanks, Craig.
Look at this. Look, it worked. Craig, thank you so much, Craig, man. That really £5, by the way, which is more in dollars, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. He says, Happy New Year, everyone. Quick question. What was the book called again? Oh, our book? Do you mean? Oh.
I love that you didn't know what he was talking.
Well, because I was talking about the other book earlier.
Yeah,
so
oh, maybe it is that other book, too.
Could be. So tell me, Craig, if it is that one. But Craig, look at this. Craig, he even gives us a super chat money and he even lets us promote our book. Wow, what a great guy.
Or the other book.
But thank you, Craig, so much. Again, that's a super chat he did, folks. Like it's a little or sticker at the bottom, right? A $sign at the bottom of your chat. You can do any amount. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Anyway, Dragons of a Different Tale. 17 unusual dragon tales.
And what was the other book anyway, just in case?
There is to go. There's our names.
Mine's the longest.
I know. You're so proud of that.
It is. It's so noticeable. I guess oh, Dragon Book here. Okay,
yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yes, you can get it at, thank you for asking, Craig. Here, let me put a link up for you. books2read.com/Dragon's Tale. That'll take you from that link, you can get to Amazon or Barnes & Noble or a lot of other retailers, print or ebook. Again, if you want the print, Barnes & Noble or another one that's up there, don't order from Amazon because Amazon's jacked up the rate without our permission. They fortunately can do that. But Barnes & Noble and the other site have the correct price. The ebook, you can get the correct price anywhere because they can't change that. So, yeah, thanks so much, Craig, man. That rocks. What a nice. You really put our New Year off to a nice spot.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah, this says, good job, Smeghead. A little red, what is it? Red
Dwarf?
Oh, Red Dwarf, thank you. I'll be here all week. Okay, good. Happy New Year, Kathy and everyone.
Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. If we keep talking, will somebody else make a pledge? Or will you make a pledge for us to go away?
I'm pretty sure they can do that afterwards, too. I'm pretty sure you can do...
You can do a super chat when it's not live?
I think so.
Well, you can definitely do a Patreon, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. That's for sure. That's interesting. I never tried that. That'd be interesting to know. All right, cool. Yeah, thank you. Thank Craig. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific for a normal Super Geeked Up show. We might be off. Well, I know Francis will definitely be off. We might just take the week off after that, but I'll see if I decide to do it or not. But we will be here next Wednesday for sure with a new show. All right, cool. That's it. All right. Stay super goopy, stay super geeky, and happy geeky New Year.
Happy New
See you soon, everybody.
Year.